Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. You're definitely going to need your tinfoil, your helmets, your waders, whatever else is going on. I mean, you should probably have them on as is for today because today is a little wild out there, period. But this is going to even get wilder. So I'm going to be hanging out with you guys in my living room today, in and out. So hopefully the audio and everything will be okay. We're just chilling on the couch with Bella. But I want to talk about where this misinformation, kind of the trickle down effect. And I've got some things laid out that I want to walk you through with. In fact, hold on, let me just, don't mind me. I look like shit. I'm just sitting here with sweats and a sweatshirt on with the baby. She's still got her head tilt going on, but she's doing a little bit better with the baby. We went out and went potty. She ate a couple chicken nuggets last night. So that was good. And her bowels and everything are working. So hopefully she will be, if you don't know, she had a stroke. And she's been having this is her second and under a year. So she seems to be doing small, slow improvements, I would guess, but we're just kind of taking it easy and making sure she's drinking all that stuff. So her balance is really off. She still needs assistance walking, but she can like squat on her own and stuff without help. So that's a good sign too. Anyways, update on that before we get into all of this. Thank you all for the kind thoughts and prayers and everything for Bella. That is my baby. So it's highly, highly appreciated. But let's switch gears and get into this insanity because holy, it's insane. You're going to get a little wind noise right now just because I'm outside smoking before we kick this into high gear, but it will be gone in just a moment. So don't mind me. Holy shit. Am is a dropping link full today. Go, Am. It's your birthday. Well, not yet. I should tell that story. Me and Am were talking on the phone, and my oldest little was asking who we were talking to, and somehow birthdays got brought up. And she's like, Am said something about she had a birthday coming up pretty soon. And I was like, oh, I told the girls, I was like, Am tries to hide when it's her birthday. Like she doesn't let me know. And the little one goes, you need to put it in your calendar. And I'm like, good idea. And I'm like, okay, how do I get it out of her? And so I knew the month, but finally she confirmed. So I put it in my calendar. I was like, good idea, little, good idea. But it was so funny because she is like, the other little comes in the room and she's like, how could you not want to celebrate your birthday? You get presents. And we're like, when you're old ladies like us, that's not really, it's just another day. We're all 29 removed 15 times by this point. Hey, Music City. Hey, Rondi. Toe Beans. They're just funny when every time I'm on the phone, they're like, who is it? Whispers in the shadows. Hello. Kathy ain't got no time for BS. Chatty. Tebow, Lisa, AV, Janice in accounting, Cash. Proud Mimi, up to good. Ghoulie. Smiles, Jenny's, Freeside, Hey, Jason. Hey, Socks. Inspired by Flavor. Zero. Grandma Sherry. Miss Leah. Steph. Terry. The Ghost of Buttholes Past. Air Force Vet. Snazzy Trinkets Jewelry. Kodo. Kate the Great. Patrish. Shelly. Yep. Revival, Terry, Carla, Happy Life. Hello, everybody. Thank you for popping in. J-Dub, I'm so glad it's comfy. I'm excited to see what you guys all think of them. So far, I've been impressed. I've got two of the same one in a different color. So I'll have to share another link I got with another sweatshirt that I really, really like. It's super soft, too. Hey, Lauren. That's a fact. Passing winds. Could be something else. Hey, Penny, for your thoughts. Perry, Cranky. You guys have, some of you have switched up your names overnight. 719. Miss Lee, I'm going to have to remember that now. Hey, Chicos. You guys, I'm terrible with birthday. Yeah. When you hit 40, you can age backwards. That's exactly right. Hey, Ari. You always take a week off for your birthday week? Hey, Cammie. Hey, Thor. You're just another day around here. We all got to get through the holidays next. Hey, Happy Life. I think I said hello already, but hey, FSU girl. Yeah, once you get to a certain age, it's like, what's a birthday? Hey, Skip. Hey, Donna, Emily, Sharon, Electro, Minnie, Laura Jean. A cloud hoodie. Yep, I don't think I know what that is. Hey, Casey. Pretty Eye, Lilith, Jonathan, Aries. And when I say you guys need tinfoil today, I'm not even joking. Like, not even remotely joking. Hey, Lindsay, Tonka Girl, Mystic, Fit and Curvy. It's good to see you. Wheel B, Fred, Canvas and Crime. You count your birthdays backwards too? Hell yeah. We can do whatever we want once we hit this age, right? That's what I say. Hey, Zoya, Taint Cheese. Your name always gets me. All right, are we ready? I feel like I need to stretch and like, oh, this is insane. Some of you might know what's going on here, but some of you don't. So let me give you a little backstory. In my opinion, I'm petty AF. Yes. Hello. Hey, Lurker. Hey, Melly. Angel of Virtue. Queen Bella. Okay. So we talk about the misinformation and how it the trickle down effect quite a bit. And yes, we are talking about the Sebastian Rogers case because as all this other stuff continues to go on, this is still never ending. This has been one of those never ending situations, but I want to show you some of where this misinformation is coming from and then kind of how it gains speed and traction through the different platforms, chaos, insanity. And when I say that in order to show you guys this, I have to take you on a journey. Well, one of the journey spots that we have to hit is not a typical over here, and it is conspiracy theory hell. And I'm not talking like your typical conspiracy theories. I'm talking about delusional rants that I can't even understand or make sense of. Okay? Hey, everybody coming in. Insanity for sure, yeah. Hey, Lip Locked. Hey, Tracy. Wait a second. Is that Tracy? Did I see Tracy? Tracy, yeah, you're not blocked. I can see you. Hey, KB, I was trying to look out for you. Tracy, yeah, I don't know why that was. You're not blocked. You weren't on my block list at all, but I did. Okay. Yeah. You're good. I can see you. Hey, Nature Rocks, and the mods can see you too on that side. So, hey, Michael. Trish, Polish, everybody coming in. Hey, everybody. Thank you all for joining me. Okay. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, Tracy. That's really frustrating. Hey, KDK. It's really frustrating when you feel like you can't be seen, I'm sure. But I'm glad that we got it figured out and you can be seen. Hey, Parody Street. Okay, here we go. Okay. So because everybody has a fit about Facebook posts and things being shown from Facebook. Some of this I'm going to read to you. So, because she's got her personal name on here, she's got like her personal, it's her personal page that she's doing this on. So she does say her name in a video, which is what it is, but I'm just going to not show her Facebook. Okay. Okay. So do you remember, let me go over here just to kind of remind you guys. Do you remember the last time we talked about this and I talked about Crime Time Buzz in the Facebook post and we kind of walked that journey a little bit? Let me go over here right quick. Let me remind you. Okay, so Crime Time Buzz had done that video off of a Facebook post, right? And in this Facebook post, there was a lot of allegations, and somebody that made this Facebook post mentioned all of that insanity with 27.27 miles, Westmoreland. If you didn't watch that stream, it's still up. Feel free to go watch that. But the source of that is where we're going. So she got this information from Facebook. As you can see, it's a Facebook post. So we know that Facebook has been a problem in this case. Well, now we're just realizing that they're pulling anything out. So this didn't just start recently. This goes back a long time that she's been making random Facebook posts. One of them being August 6th. The post says, making sure you guys can hear me. Yeah. Facebook goes, "What's on your mind? LOL. Well, I'll tell you. Charles, there's a last name, organized the abduction of Sebastian Rogers. He hired David blank to carry out the plans. David calmly and snickered. How do you like that one? Real stuff. And then proceeded to tell me he met with Charles blank. Meeting went sour and left David sour. For he and Charles claimed only people around him go down. True stuff." This is again August 6th. Him and his manly looking cousin paid out 32 million somewhere, and wouldn't I like to know? This is when Riley Strain disappeared. So I assumed it was either Idaho that was paid off or Nashville. Either or, he paid for what the whole world is wondering. Like, what happened to Sebastian Rogers? That family also paid for the murmurs in Idaho to be covered up and Brian to take the fall when truly it was Nikki and David that committed the crimes. These are true facts that just have to be proven. Everyone should know what the blank last name truly are. Thieves and murmurers that pay their way through every problem. Charles organized Sebastian Rogers, and I'm not afraid to say it, like everyone else, since they're so fucking intimidating. Charles, kiss my fucking ass, will ya? That was August 6th. Okay, you ready to go on a journey with me? Now she's going to say names in this video. She's going to tell you names. The names that I tried to not say, she says out. Please understand, there is no proof of any of this. And I'm playing the full video that she posted, the entire video that she posted, so you can hear the ramblings. There is zero proof behind any of these things. These are hefty allegations. This is called defamation beyond belief. Please do not run with any of this as fact, because it's definitely not. But I want you to hear. So this is the source of that 27.27 mile Westmoreland that everybody has ran with. Now, it wasn't just Crime Time Buzz that ran with it. Again, she's done multiple accusations of 27.7 mile location, trigger, natural burial site. But Silver's on the Scene also did it too. Silver's on the Scene says Sebastian Rogers, alleged location 27.27 miles. How to get there? Let's look at the map together. So you can see the trickle down effect right here and how things spread. All of this over posts on Facebook by this woman. Now let's listen. Buckle up. You're going to need a helmet and maybe a puke bucket. This is a bumpy one. And we're going to go from here and spread out further.
I came onto my car to make this video because I don't even like where I'm at. It's terrible. But my house is 325 King, and I'm anticipating them getting booted out when everything's taken care of. With this Joel Wolf, who's a complete pig. Back to pig again. Wolfie, if you see this, you know what I gotta say to you? First of all, the police already have everything figured out. I'm gonna get everything that you stole off me and Ron Leg, and it's all gonna come back to me. And as much as your ego is gonna sink and you're gonna look like such a loser and lose your law license, go to prison and be labeled a pedophile.
Yeah, you see how this is going? Okay, well, just wait. In the beginning, you're going to think, what does this have to do with anything? This is the woman who's been making those Facebook posts.
You know, you can stop trying with your warlock shit and your satanistic stuff. I know when your people are around me because they got a certain smell and they got a certain aura. And I can actually detect all these evil pieces of shit that you and Richard Bishop organized to plague around this town. Everybody knows who you are. Anyway, I posted a couple pics because Dave Davison, which if you don't know his name now, you will know his name eventually.
That is the name she included in that Facebook post and in many Facebook posts.
Sent me some more pictures from Greece. Yesterday, he opened up and, you know, I could have went back and forth with him, but I kind of got caught off guard.
I tried to like track this out and like make notes the first couple times I listened to it. And I was like, yeah, Greece, it's something else. I just bear with us because pretty soon it's going to take a significant turn.
So anyway, the pictures were from Greece. The police that are on my phone, they figure out the meanings and the clues, but all those liquor bottles that said Tom Ford. And
are you guys glitching? Anybody else glitching? You might have to restart. Sounds like YouTube's been having some weird things going on. I think everybody else is good though. Okay, you guys are good. Thank you, Katie.
And then the cologne that said Tom Ford when David only wears Armani. It doesn't stand for found on road dead, Wolfie. And everything that you're lying about, you know, I'm just going to trash everything.
Ford doesn't stand for found on road dead? Huh. Talking about cologne. Okay. All right. I'm definitely understanding. This makes perfect logical sense.
Everybody, you stole Pete Natusco's money. You embezzled his money. You made a fake will. It's not the first one you made. You did it for the DeNaples to steal a lot off of me. And the law knows, and I'm going to know real soon about all of it too. Because the bust is going to go down and everybody is going to know about it.
The bust is going to go down. Now, you might be asking yourself if you just came in, what the fuck is Becky playing? Buckle up. You're about to see.
Might even have a family member or two involved in this. I don't know. The feds don't say too much. Anyway, I also posted some pictures of the Rolexes. Now, it took me a minute, but it came to me, and I'm right. The Rolex that's timed 357 stands for the Rolex that was taken off Pete Natusco.
Oh, Vibrator, I'm so sorry you had a terrible birthday yesterday. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on these comments because this lady just, I'm really sorry you had a horrible birthday yesterday. Happy birthday belated to you. And you know what? It's okay to voice your opinion. I hope nobody thinks that's not acceptable. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to dislike people. You're entitled to feel strongly about things. It's just sometimes in some things I'm learning that no matter what we say, they're twisted, even with the best intent. I'm sorry you had a bad birthday though. This is the source chasing. This right here, this woman on your screen, is the source of the Facebook posts that were used for Crime Time Buzz. They took her post on Facebook with the 27.27 miles in Westmoreland, where Sebastian was supposedly located, that Crime Time Buzz and Silvers used. She is the source of that, and you're about to see her go on some more. Yeah, okay.
At 353 Daleville Highway.
He's been making post chasing since over the summer about all of the stuff and using Sebastian's name in it. But now creators have grabbed onto some of those things and are making content and sending people on wild goose chases based off of her information. And you're about to hear a whole like, woof.
They turned into a slaughterhouse. Yeah, with their rituals, a slaughterhouse. So that one Rolex for 357, it stands for my father's gun that Ron Legg took. So that must mean that that gun must have killed somebody up there or killed somebody. That's something only law enforcement would know. Then the other one was 222. It was either pertaining, since it wasn't no angel numbers or anything like that, it was pertaining to Dana Smithers, who either probably Wolf, or he wouldn't have threw it out there like that. I don't know, murdered. One of them murdered her. I don't know what the outcome is going to be of that, but that's what the other Rolex for 222 stood for.
Okay, so we've got numbers, Rolexes, Greece, Tom Ford. You know, anybody following this lining up logically for all of you? You might ask, what the hell does this have to do with misinformation and a missing child's case? Well, here you go. She's about to get there.
And the other one was for 1047. 10 being David's number and 47 David's number. I'm not really sure. I could get into it a little deeper with that, but I'm not. I'm just getting my point across about this wolf. Joel, David may operate with you, to steal all my money. The police know everything that transpired. And he operated with you on that level. But David also knows that it's game over, that it's really not checkmate. And he knows that all of you guys are going to get busted. And who's he going to want to see get everything? If it ain't him and you guys are going to jail, he's going to keep putting out clues about what you did and for me. And I said he's going to tell in the end. All right, enough of you, Wolfie. Let's talk about Chris Proudfoot, that piece of shit. I got on.
Well. And enter more insanity. You want to know the date of this video? Let's take a look-see, Lou. Oh, she posted it a day ago on November 4th. But she has been making posts on Facebook and saying a whole bunch of stuff and making videos and stuff for quite some time.
On here and I complained about the bite marks, and I had every right to, because David told me when the act was done, when this happened with Sebastian, and all law enforcement that's following knows what's going on, that I have the right to talk about this. First of all, that whole shit show with Betty, that Chris Proudfoot in the courtroom looking like with that mullet looking like a jokester with his fat.
It's about to get real disgusting. Trigger warning. If you need to exit, please do. This is horrifying. The upcoming. Please take the moment to exit now if you need to. Yeah, she definitely does. Thank you, Shauna, for being a member for 2 months. KB for 20 months. Why do people support True Delusions? I don't even understand. Kim, thank you for being a member for a month. She seems like she's a little out there. Yeah, I'm not going to speculate what's going on here, but there's something definitely a little off.
Wife, I don't know if she's pregnant by him or what, because she's looking all blown up in the courtroom. And I'm thinking to myself, please, God, don't tell me this thing is going to is pregnant. Or maybe she's just in the house afraid to face the public and eating like a pig, because that's what she looked like. And so didn't he look like a pig with his mullet. We have the right to say what we think and what we feel. And I'm definitely saying he looks like a pig. Now, yesterday when I'm talking to David, I said, give me something on Chris Proudfoot, because I said, I'm not going to let up on this. You're not going to get away with murder, Chris. You are not going to get away with murder. You and your pig juice-drinking wife is not going to get away with murder, because you know what? He would have gave me something. He said, show me a little tits and ass. And that's.
So some random person is saying, show me some tits and ass. Some tits and ass. And, okay. Yeah, up to good. Yeah. Her posts on Facebook came the foundation for content and people running to burial sites and making content, going and looking at those places. Spanky picked it up and did content on it after Silvers did and went out there. Crime Time Buzz, Betty's mentioned this stuff. Oh yeah, yep. This lady's posts are now being used as content. Yep.
That's how David operates. Of course, I didn't bite. I got all law enforcement on my phone and so forth. But I'm almost at the point where I hate you so much, Chris Proudfoot. You're such a pig, and your wife's now a fat pig, that I almost took the bait, just because I know he would have gave me something in return to help bury you. But anyway, it's not game over with you. And again, David, you need to make a better move. Give me something a little bit more And then just maybe you might get that tits and ass photo in the end when you need it, when you're in prison. Come on, you got to help me bury this piece of shit. I know you think that he's a piece of shit by now.
Some tits and ass in prison. Okay.
I mean, you talked about Victoria, who you used as part of the scam, who, by the way, is also getting arrested federally. So if this gets back to you, Victoria, plan on a sweet demise in either Danbury or wherever. You're getting arrested federally anyway for your part in this. I don't know much more than that, but I do know that because your part was big with Ron Legg and with David. Anyway, David trashed Victoria like she should be. The blowjob that killed everybody, all law enforcement that knows about it, like the worst thing in the world. Like made the world cry. That's what you did, Victoria, to a dementia man on the instructions of David and Ron Legg. Anyway, that's all coming up.
Y'all, this is I told you to buckle up. Enjoyed your video yesterday. I hope your dog's feeling, oh shit, hold on. Hope your dog's feeling better. It's 7:30 a.m. and I have to take 2 dogs to the vet in an hour. I have no clue what's going on. Aussie, thank you so much. I hope your dogs are okay. And good morning to you. Thank you so much for the support. I don't think any of us know what's going on, but this woman's posts have turned into content that she knows something and people are running with it. And I'll show you guys a little bit further after this.
Out in the open.
Thank you again.
We're not talking about that. Everybody's going to get arrested. My point being is, David, if you could trash her and put her on Front Street like that, I know you're thinking about that Katie pig the same way. The same way. I'm waiting for you to do something embarrassing. Like, who's that Chris Proudfoot think he is? He looked like an asshole with that mullet. They both looked. And to be in a courtroom going against Betty, who's looking for a missing kid so passionately, that is so asinine. That is so stupid. What I'm witnessing in that Tennessee is allowing that, like that they were actually ready to persecute Betty. It's almost disgusting. The judge shouldn't have took the case, just like he should not have. He just lost a.
You know what's disgusting is the fact that this woman's delusional rants are being used as content. That's what's disgusting. It's disgusting that this woman's delusions have turned into content and sent people on a wild goose chase when there is a missing 15-year-old child. This woman's dangerous, in my opinion. Of course, proper people, I'm sure, are very well aware. But this type of stuff instigates people who are potentially unstable, again, I don't know, to do and say the wildest stuff. And it amps up people to carry it forward. And there is a missing teenager. His name is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And this is unreal.
A son or whatever, he shouldn't have took that case. His mind ain't even there, and he didn't even know the whole story of what's going on. And detectives should have filled him in. Betty shouldn't have been persecuted. That's my take. Everybody's looking for a kid. You got these two Hamadans that know where that murdered. He murdered his stepson with the real mother of the kid. You got those two Hamadans sitting there, all proud and egotistical, and it's just it was a disgrace. That was another disgrace by Tennessee, as if you didn't disgrace yourselves enough with the bite marks, not hauling them off to a hospital. That's because probably all payoffs. You know, you got this was over a will. That's why it took place at St. Jude, and that's why the name Sebastian involved Charles de Naples. He organized it. David scripted them. And, you know, like Charles would get away with it. He does that little thing, only the circle around me gets arrested. Well, you know what, David, everybody's in animosity right now. Never know what might pop out, Chris. Anyway, and I have the right to say all this because I do know what's going on. And you know what, David?
She has the right to say all this because she knows what's going on.
Something. These people are animals. Like, you know, the police lost it once with they missed their chance with the bite marks, and when Katie was vulnerable and they should have really grilled her. Like, come on. Maybe they didn't have all the facts then. Who knows? But now they do. Chris Proudfoot's a pig. His wife blew up and looks like one now, too. She not only is one, she looks like one. And I can't stand you, Chris. And you know what? I'm out to find out where Sebastian Rogers is. You have no idea how passionate I am about it. And I just might get what I want.
Really? You just might get what you want. This is a missing child. Do people understand that? Your Kiwi mate, please stop with the disrespectful comments, please. We don't need to do all that. You're allowed to not like people, but we don't need to do that shit. Like, we're sinking to this lady's level by doing that type of shit.
Believe that. With all that being said, Wolfie, you know what I mean? And the same to you, Proudfoots. There's nothing you can do. Don't send me any letters. It's a waste of time. I already have too many facts about this case. You're an asshole that murdered your son. I'm not saying alleged. I'm saying for real. What are you going to do about it? Anyway, with all that, and like I said, David said to me last night through text, show me your
By the way, she's not in Tennessee. She's in Florida.
tits and ass, and maybe I'll give them to you. And I have it in text. So if I were
And no, I did not do any digging on her. Her Facebook is being used as content, and I'll show you that.
you, Chris, I'd be careful. With all that being said, everybody have a great day in Sebastian, except all these stupid little witches and warlocks running around trying to project spells. Don't work on me. Do you get that? You're going to end up ill. You're going to end up dying while you're trying. And that's the way that's going to go. And they will be out of my house because the law will prove it. Joel, you're a pig. I'm getting everything back. David, we'll tell on you in the end. I know you're all on odds. And I wanted to just get on here and explain what the Rolexes were. Like that other murderer, Ron Legg. President Ron, what an embarrassment. Louis, do you hear this shit? President Ron, who tried to play my father's son, who murdered his own son and pushed my father, and God knows everything else, everything you see that transpired over this. He's a pig. Anyway, the Rolex 357 stands for the gun that there was another Rolex. I think it stood for a 12 gauge. I'm still trying to figure it out because there was a 12 gauge shotgun also up there that I believe was used.
There's nothing to even make out of this besides its delusional ramblings, in my opinion. But
Is in something terrible up there. Like I said, they thought that the detectives got that house, not the nice family you think, Ron Legg. Anyway, everybody else have a great day. Can't wait till everybody gets busted. I'm totally looking forward to it, even if it's family members. With all that being said, bye now.
bye-bye. All right, let's go over here. I'm going to show you how this has turned into this because they think it's just wonderful. So this is the source of Crime Time Buzz's post here. I'll take this down now. Well, no, I'll leave that up because this is the woman that you just listened to is the source of this post on Crime Time Buzz's page.
Welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome back. It is Wednesday, October 30th. We have another video about the Sebastian Rogers case, his disappearance. He was reported missing February 26th, 2024 out of
I am speeding her up for a reason because we've got a lot to get through.
Hendersonville, Tennessee. We had a post in Facebook the other day that we read with some very severe, serious accusations. And
by the way, has anybody ever looked at Crime Time Buzz's View products? She's got a shirt through Bonfire that she's obviously profiting off of for missing boys.
And I submitted the post to Dog the Bounty Hunter. We received a response, and we're going to take it from there, friends, and buckle up. Because in that location, you are not going to believe what I found. It's scary, it's possible, it's plausible. But remember, friends, this is for entertainment purposes only.
And that is the woman that made the post that they submitted to Dog the Bounty Hunter. Angie Wangie, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Cami, it's weird. If you go, you can go look at the site and see. It says, yeah, I can show you guys later.
It is not to be taken as fact, but opinion, speculation, and theory. No one is being accused at all. This is all of
before the argument breaks out in the chat. There is zero proof. Zero proof. Let me say that again. I don't care what your opinions are. I speak facts. There are zero facts whatsoever to back up anybody's theories that this is Betty. It is, in fact, very, very more on the opposite. Her dog barks in the videos. It's not the same bark as Betty's dog. They've been live at the same time. Has shown her dog and her husband. Supposedly her name is Jay. There's zero link that her and Betty are one and the same. Crime Time Buzz. I know that people have ran with that because other creators have said that, except I work on facts and proof, and there's zero to confirm that they are one and the same. This is unfortunately just another person like Betty.
Alleged for entertainment purposes in his opinion, theory, and speculation. Well, friends, let's go ahead and let's get to it. I want you to stay to the end of the video because I'm going to walk you through my research. to end up where we ended up. And it is with natural burial sites. Friends, this might be a little triggering, and I'm going to take you through step by step, so stay to the end. And it's also, my friends, the power of working together. I sent the tip to Dog.
She thinks you guys are all friends, by the way. She sent this woman, the woman that you just heard in that video, her post from Facebook to Dog the Bounty Hunter. This is how leads are being presented to Dog and Nick's team. I want you to really take that in for a moment.
The bounty hunter. Dog responded to me. I sent an email to Silver's on the scene because he's searching to show him the post. We had zeroed in on that foresty area right before Westmoreland, and Silver's on the scene took it from there. So we're going to talk for a second. I want you to go back and watch my video on the post, the original post. Then I want you to go back and watch Silver's video on how he zeroed in on location, because when he did that, I saw what he had brought to our attention. And that's what our video is about, because I researched even further and found natural burial sites. So friends, it's the power of
Revival. We're headed there. We're going to get through this, and then I'm going to take you there. So I'm sorry for the impatience, but I can't even explain it without just playing it. But Crime Time Buzz is where that stuff came out. Yes. Yep. And I've got it all ready to show you.
working together for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Imagine what we can do if more of us get together and work together. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to talk. I'm going to go ahead and share my slides and get you there. Like I said, stay to the end because I'm walking you through the research.
The research. So this woman's ramblings on Facebook have now become research.
Okay, friends.
If she says friend one more time.
Here we go. This was the post. I'm not going to read the whole post right now, but what I want you to know about this post today is that I submitted it. It talks about a location of where the Sebastian's body was allegedly placed, 27.27 miles in Westmoreland. Another thing I want to draw to your attention is this post does claim that there is another person who knows where the body was placed.
So these sleuths, these internet amazing sleuths, have taken this woman's ramblings from Facebook and turned them into content and leads and submitted them to Dog's team. Angie, thank you for the gifted membership.
Remember that low-hanging fruit that Jen Coffendaffer talked about, that FBI reward was probably trying to entice? Maybe this person's the low-hanging fruit. If this is true, we don't know.
She's referring to the woman that we just heard rambling.
Yet. But what we do know, friends, is, excuse me, that Dog the Bounty Hunter responded to my submitting the information to him, and he said that they are pursuing this as a plausible, valid tip. Okay?
They are pursuing this. Did you hear that? Did you just take that in for a moment? Take that in for a moment. Let's listen to that again.
Friends, is, excuse me, that Dog the Bounty Hunter responded to my submitting the information to him, and he said that they are pursuing this as a plausible, valid tip. Okay? And some things jumped out at them. So they are actively pursuing this as a plausible, valid tip. So let's go back to the post said 27.7 miles away, excuse me, to Westmoreland. Remember our first video, I did this little Google Earth, and
we don't need to go through all of this, but I just wanted to show you how that's turning into content. I went through this woman at the Crime Time Buzz. I already went through her discussion of where they took this 27.27 miles. But I wanted to show you the source of that, because Dog and his team are taking this as a tip. Okay? So I've shown you so far. Let me get over here. I've shown you so far that who the source is. I've shown you that that's the same post. Now I'll take it one step further. Silvers picked this up, as she said. She reached out to Silvers. He picked this up about the 27.27 miles. They mapped it out. Hold on. I can play this while I'm pulling the next one up. Here you go.
That I've spoken to, text, email, phone call thing. And I really appreciate it. These are all true. We really appreciate all this. And I wish it was a time into where I could go there. Now, second to that, I said to myself, okay, we can't get there. So what can we do if this is legit, if this is a possible location? Like I said, check out the link in the description to get you to Jay's video, Crime Time Buzz, and read what they're saying. So the question became, what can we do to help? All right. And the first thing I think of is contact someone who's in the area that I've made contact with, that I've spoken to, text, email, phone calls, in person, and have them go over there. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. But second to that, I said to myself, let's take it another step further. Right.
Oh,
And here it is.
let's do
So let's help these people or persons or person or whoever to get to where this possible location may be. So here's what.
So we've gone from crazy ramblings on Facebook into content by Crime Time Buzz, into content by Silvers on the Scene. And if you need confirmation because you think I'm losing my mind, we're going back to Crime Time Buzz, and I'm going to show you how she responds to the source of this misinformation. This video is from November 4th.
The same lady. I checked, verified.
Oh, here.
Nancy Grace, when Nancy said, do you something about her leaving the home? And she said, well, then why
Tracy, thank you for being a member.
did you? And she said, well, he could be anywhere, by now. We're putting out flyers, and I think that was on Nancy Grace. But he could be anywhere, I guess, right?
I'm speeding her up again, and you'll see why I'm segueing here.
So Oregon, what we read, looks like it's got some legitimacy to it. And
I'm going to show you guys that in a moment, but we're going to, well, I guess we could take it back. We could take it all the way back and let you guys, let's not yet, because that comes up in another post. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, okay. Let me go here. The Oregon, that's a little confusing how that goes, but I want to show you guys. So before she did this video linking herself to that lady we saw in the crazy rambling, she also did this one. Okay. I'll throw Oregon in there. I'm trying to space this out so it's not as confusing, but it's going to be confusing no matter which way I go about it. So November 3rd, Crime Time Buzz does another video. Okay. So we have Crime Time Buzz, who is taking crazy ramblings from Facebook by random people, turning them into content, sending Silvers looking, and it spreads from there. Spanky, Betty, all of the sort. So this is November 3rd. This is where the Oregon piece comes in, and then we'll go to November 4th, and she ties some of it together.
Makes me sad. I keep thinking, please don't let it be like Summers and the others who've been gone for so long. Right? I feel you. Okay. Well, I was kind of waiting for one of our subscribers to come in.
Emily, thank you so much for the gifted memberships, y'all. Welcome to the cabana.
Jen Absolute. She just joined the family. Welcome in, Jen. Welcome to the family. Okay. So we will go ahead and talk about what we. Hi, Crafting and True Crime. How are you? Okay. I'm blown away by it too. So let's get started and start talking about this.
Okay.
Okay. So one of our subscribers, you're welcome.
One of her subscribers, Crime Time Buzz again, one of her subscribers, I want you to pay attention to that.
Jen, one of our subscribers, well, first of all, I hope everyone's doing great. Hope you're all doing well. Had a great Sunday. One of our subscribers had sent me something, and it was a records request that came from someone, and we decided we are not going to say who it came from. Hi, True Crime Junkie. Hi, Jackie. And it was a records request from a police department.
Who are you? Texas Mama of 6. That situation is, if you have questions about that situation, no, I didn't know any of that situation, wasn't around for it. Don't care to talk about it anymore. It's been it's a disgusting situation that keeps involving more disgusting bullshit as it goes. Nothing about it is okay. Nobody handled the situation, in my opinion, properly. And that's the end of that situation. So Thank you, but I'm not interested in even having a discussion about it because it is probably one of the most vile things I've heard on YouTube thus far. Okay, carrying on.
In Oregon, and it was shared with me. And yes, it's been reported.
And the sad thing is at the baseline of that whole situation, nobody cared to protect the dignity of the children. So there's that. I'm going to leave it at that.
Reported it, but it had been reported well before me. Okay, so it is. We're going to read it. Hi, Tina Von Young. We are going to go ahead and read it, and it is. Do you remember the other night when we were going through the first night we read that one post, or the second night, and then I had found those natural burials, and one of the places was in Albany, Oregon. Well, this is where this takes us. So it's very, very ironic, but let's go ahead and get to it. We've got welcome in everyone. And I'm going to go ahead and that's the PDF.
Did you guys catch that right there? Let's listen to that again. I hope you guys caught that. Now you're going to hear where Oregon is tied in. If you missed my live stream previously where she goes through these burial sites and all of that stuff, we did that the other day. You can go back and watch that if you would like to. I'm not going to go through it because it's disgusting, but she went and looked at all these burial sites, right? Because of this 27.27 miles. She submitted it to Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter is taking it as a lead. Now listen to where she's going to branch off. And she's saying that one of her subs sent her this information.
Tina Von Young, we are going to go ahead and read it. And it is, do you remember the other night when we were going through the first night we read that one post, or the second night, and then I had found those natural burials, and one of the places was in Albany, Oregon. Well, this is where this takes us. So it's very, very ironic, but let's go ahead and get to it. We've got welcome in everyone.
Kodo, yeah. And there's zero proof of that, but people still believe it because it was said, but there is zero proof to that. In fact, quite the opposite. It's almost like 100%, I would say 99.9% proven already that it's not any relation. They are a lot similar and they bounce off each other, but no.
And I'm going to go ahead and that's the PDF. Oh, and by the way, I have indeed, and I've got it in this because they brought up some other stuff. I indeed have checked to make sure that this, wait, you can't see it yet. Sorry about that. I did indeed make sure that this officer did work with this, police department, just to make sure.
Texas Mom of 6, you're fine. Sorry that I'm abrasive about that conversation. That just, it spun into such a world of insanity and ridiculousness that I'm just not even, I'm disgusted by the whole situation. So sorry if I seem abrasive about it, because I am. I'm disgusted with many people around that situation and had no clue what I was walking into by even asking the question that I did, nor would I, otherwise I wouldn't have asked it. And I apologize to her children for even mentioning that because it's their dignity. And unfortunately, again, it is what it is, but nobody did the right thing to protect them.
And it has been already reported. We don't need to report it again, although I did, and was informed that it's already been reported. So we are just going to go ahead and read the records request, which I took off so you can't see the name of who it came to. And let me make sure you all can see it now. Okay. So hi, Factory Girl Crochet. Hi, Butterfly Girl. Oh, that's so nice, Butterfly Girl. Butterfly Girl said she recently received a gifted membership a day or two ago, but was absent from the show, and that whoever gifted it to her, she appreciates it so very much. Thank you. We'll go watch our members live from yesterday because it was a zinger. It was a zinger. Hi, Tanya. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this. And again, it's been reported, but I do want, when we're done reading this, if you're in Oregon, I want, if you'd be willing, go search the area.
You guys catching this? You catching where this is? You catching where this goes? You seeing how this all ties together with the misinformation and the trickle-down effect? So we've got a lady making complete rambling posts that turned into content, and now we've spun off from there because of these natural burial sites into this. But this is going to get a little interesting because, well, there's a report here.
Now search for Sebastian. Okay, so without further ado, oh, Ginger Girl, you're so sweet. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. That is so kind. Hi, Beth Oxley. We haven't even started yet. I've just been chit-chatting and saying hello to everyone, kind of letting people come in. Yes. So before we begin, I will tell you who this is being written by. This is being written by an officer, Higgins, in Sutherland Police Department in Sutherland, Oregon. Okay. And I verified indeed she does work there. She is an officer there. This was a records request that was sent to our dear friend CB. She told me I could tell you who she was.
Okay, so CB made a records request to this random place in Oregon. And wouldn't you know, there was a report made in March.
So, you see her in the chat. She's always there, CEEBEE. I was kind of waiting for her to come in.
Excuse me, not March. There was a report made. Okay, I'll just let her read it. You'll catch it.
And she sent this to me. And now we know it's all been reported, so I'm sharing it with you. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Hi, Mickey Shell. Hi, Show Poodles. Can you all hear me before I get started? Someone give me a thumbs up or a 1. Hi, Mini Panthers. Someone give me a thumbs up or a 1 so I know you can hear me. Okay, thank you, April. Hello, Crack a Cold Case. Okay, I'm going to start reading. Good afternoon. I am Officer Ashley Higgins with the Sutherland Police Department, and I had a female come into the office on June 27th, 2024 to report a possible sighting of Katie and Chris Proudfoot at Ford's Pond in our city in March of this year.
Okay, so right there, that's where I got the dates. This report wasn't made supposedly until June 27th, 2024. But whoever made this report is claiming that they potentially saw Chris and Katie at Ford's Pond in March. Okay?
I took a miscellaneous service report regarding her concerns. The following is my report. On Thursday, June 27th, 2024, at approximately 13:44 hours, that's 1:44, I was on duty in the city of Sutherland, Douglas County, Oregon. I was displaying the badge and uniform of the Sutherland Police Department and operating a marked patrol vehicle. So-and-so came to the Sutherland Police Department to report she recently learned about Sebastian Rogers, a missing 15-year-old with, I'm sorry, I lost my place. A missing 15-year-old with autism in a case out of Hendersonville, Sumner County, Tennessee, and feels with absolute certainty that she had a conversation with Sebastian's biological mother, Katie Proudfoot, and her husband, Chris Proudfoot, at Ford's Pond, located at 382 Church Road.
Who thinks that? Okay, so let's talk for a moment here. Let's just talk for a second. Who thinks the FBI, the TBI, Sumner County, the Secret Service, one of the agencies that were involved in March, didn't know where Chris and Katie were at? Who thinks that law enforcement did not know where Chris and Katie were in March of 2024? Sebastian went missing February 26, 2024. Do you really think that an agency did not know the whereabouts of Chris and Katie Proudfoot, the parents of the missing child, in March? Yeah, most of you just watched Leilani Simon's trial. Did they not keep tabs on Leilani? And I'm not accusing Chris and Katie of anything, but law enforcement, once they're involved, they keep tabs on shit. And I guarantee if they checked in with law enforcement before they even went to get the RV, if they made any type of trip anywhere, they would have notified law enforcement. They've been working with law enforcement. Law enforcement has stated they were fully cooperative and their stories have been vetted. Let's talk about the facts, people. Remember the facts, since other people can't.
You all recall when Seth said, or someone said, that Stepfoot said, if you want to find Sebastian, go to church. This is on Church Road. The person happened to recently come across some videos. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. B believes this would have been within the first few weeks of March and would have been on a weekday. B happened to recently come across some videos about Sebastian's story on YouTube and TikTok and recognized Katie and Chris from her visit to Ford's Pond in March. B did some further research into Sebastian's case and learned Chris, Sebastian's stepfather, did not like Sebastian and was rumored to be threatening to divorce Kay because of Sebastian. Sebastian was reported missing on February 25th, 2024 from Katie and Chris's residence in Hendersonville. By the way, let's stop there for a second. This is something I have received. This is something It was a records request from someone, and someone sent it to me. Any opinions I make are my opinions, theories, speculation, not to be taken as fact, but for entertainment purposes.
CLK Creations Design, thank you for becoming a member. Who in their right mind? Okay, so random place in Oregon. Somebody makes the police report in June 27th, claiming that they potentially spotted Chris and Katie in March. And then this random person says, oh, hold on. I'm going to FOIA this random town in a random city and get this random report that somebody made that they might have seen Chris and Katie. You think that's not connected? CB, were you the one that made the report? That's my question. Because all of a sudden, this report gets FOIA'd. Sophia, thank you for the gifted membership. Welcome to the cabana, you guys.
Purposes only. No one is being accused. This is alleged. So B did some further research into Sebastian's case and learned Chris, Sebastian's stepfather, did not like Sebastian, was rumored to be threatening to divorce Kay because of Sebastian. Sebastian was reported missing on February 25th, 2024 from Katie and Chris's residence in Hendersonville. Be advised that on this particular day in March at Ford's Pond, she had been fishing, but has trouble casting due to her arthritis.
So this person was out there fishing and just happened to remember this in March and decided to make a report in June. Okay, gotcha. Blue Moon of Kentucky. You should be able to, but law enforcement will handle it. I'm positive of, because the accusations that are being made and the things that are being done, because now this has spurred into Dog, the bounty hunter, Joseph Lesniak, and At Night Media making posts about potential leads in Oregon. Yeah, that's what this is spun into.
Which was apparently,
and I'll take you guys there,
evident to some people sitting on a nearby bench, because one of them came over to help her. He began chatting with these people, 4 in total, and learned the male and female, she now thinks to be Katie and Chris, advised they were from Tennessee. And the other 2, also male and female with graying hair, said they were from Seattle, Washington. B discovered that Sebastian's grandparents recently flew from Seattle, Washington to Alaska, which she found interesting since the other couple at the pond advised they were also from Seattle. B also learned from an unknown source that Katie and Chris have ties to Oregon. B said her interaction with these 4 individuals at the pond was odd, and they seemed to be acting strangely. She is concerned they may have dumped Sebastian's body somewhere in or around Ford's Pond.
Did you catch that right there? I'm going to play that again. Bloop. Just acting like Silver's out here, just dropping off bodies, right? So I'm astounded by people doing this shit. Sammy, thank you so much. Sammy says, please show love for all the work Nonsense puts into these lives and hit the thumbs up. Well, I wish I didn't have to do this. I really wish this wasn't out here and I didn't have to touch it. This is pure insanity. And to see where it's spun is maddening.
B said her interaction with these 4 individuals at the pond was odd, and they seemed to be acting strangely.
Sammy, thank you, by the way.
She is concerned they may have dumped Sebastian's body somewhere in or around Ford's Pond. Sorry, I read that last part so crassly. I apologize. Yada, I'm sorry. She is concerned they may have dumped a body somewhere in or around Ford's Pond. Sorry. As B has since gone back to Ford's Pond and has been digging around in the brush and shoreline, looking for evidence of Sebastian's decomposing body. I'm sorry. B showed me a photograph she took with her cell phone of a pile of bones, fur that she dug.
Did you catch who she apologized to? Anybody catch that name? She'll say it again.
Up in some nearby vegetation that she suspected may be body parts. This appeared to me to be a possum or nutria carcass. As a precaution, this photograph was uploaded to the Axon evidence server under SPD, and they give the case. Our agency uses the Verkada surveillance system with several cameras placed strategically throughout the cities of Sutherland and Oakland. Some of these cameras are placed at Ford's Pond. However, I am unable to review video from as far back as March. This information was forwarded to our local major crimes team with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office and with the Hendersonville Police Department Investigations Division. Contact information for my party. And that said, thank you, Officer Higgins, and all of her information. So, what do you all think? Because
I think people need to remember what happened in June, who got involved in June. Isn't it ironic that all of a sudden there's reports being made in Oregon of potential sightings of Chris and Katie in Oregon?
They received, why are they only messaging me now? Because they received it a couple of weeks ago and needed to notify law enforcement as well. So, hi, Crystal. Hello, Little Red Zero, Tennessee Gal 55.
Autumn, I had to make sure that people knew this was not factual at all.
I actually did receive a call back, Yada, and you're gonna laugh again.
Anybody recognize that name from Bullhorn Betty's interview with the supposed family member? Yeah. That's where the family member of Katie's that came on Betty's hangs out, is Crime Time Buzz.
As to which one, but Dog got back to me again, his team, and said they were aware of it and they are ongoing looking into it. And so if anyone wants to go look around there for Sebastian, just in case. I mean, this lady, she was so sure, she went to the police department. And this is a records request, you know, from someone.
She's got her comment pinned. I'm not pulling shit up. Her comments pinned. She's in those chats all the time.
Pertinent, I guess, let's just say. Okay. So I don't know. I do know they did a local interview March 3rd. Remember, that was their first, or no, they did a YouTube interview March 3rd. Let me get to some new comments too. A local interview March 4th. I know they did Nancy Grace, what was it, in March as well, but they, hi Brandy and Indy. And yes, sorry, I got distracted. So what was I answering? I'm sorry, I was looking at the comments. That lake, yes, I believe that lake should be, but this lady, it was enough to her. Oh, I was talking about the dates. So Nancy Grace, they were in the RV or whatever he calls it, something other than an RV. So yes, Tennessee, are you talking about for a FOIA, Little Red Zero? Because I got turned down as well when I asked for I made a FOIA request for the probable cause affidavit and search warrant. I got turned down because I'm not a Tennessee resident.
It's an open investigation. Why are you people trying to get information on an open investigation?
So allegedly, hi, Senior K9 Mom. You're in Oregon? Okay. It is in the name of the town. What did it say it was? I have a video to show you of the park too. I looked up the park, but here's the thing that was really stuck out to me. Sutherland. It's in Sutherland, Oregon. Here's the thing that really stuck out to me. As soon as I looked it up, it's on Church Road. And remember, it was said, if you want to find Sebastian, go to Church Road. So
Jesus, take the whole fucking bus and drive it right off the goddamn ledge. I'm fucking over it. Sorry, I thought I was going to be able to keep it together to review this with you guys. This is just, you heard what she just said. Chris told Seth to go to church. And you just heard that. Let me replay that.
The name of the town, what did it say it was? I have a video to show you of the park too. I looked up the park, but here's the thing that was really stuck out to me. Sutherland. It's in Sutherland, Oregon. Here's the thing that really stuck out to me. As soon as I looked it up, it's on Church Road. And remember, it was said, if you want to find Sebastian, go to Church Road. So I'm wondering, are we getting close to things? Are things starting to click a little bit? I don't know.
No, your brain. Oh, Autumn, she tied that together. She tied that all together. This is all one big thing she's got tied together here. Smiles, thank you so much for the support. Thank you. We're going to try to finish it out. I'm going to try.
No, that letter was not Dog. That was from an Oregon police department. Yeah. That was, and they also sent it to Hendersonville Police. Do you happen to know in March if she went out of town anywhere, allegedly?
Asking a family member that doesn't have anything to do with Katie for information.
I have the PDF that I received from one of my emailers or one of my subscribers, but I don't want to show it because it talks about another person that they looked up and had charges, but it wasn't this Chris. So I didn't want to show it that way, but you can believe it or you cannot. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just sharing what I received. And you can even call the police station because I just showed you the name of the officer and everything. So thank you, just a YouTuber. I understand, but I did not make the FOIA request because I'm not in Tennessee, and in Tennessee, they make you be in Tennessee for FOIA.
This isn't a FOIA request to Tennessee. This is a FOIA request to Oregon, you dumb shit.
So they will refuse you. Like I said, they refused my request for the affidavit. So anyway. Okay. So they have investigators out there. Ginger girl, I did not know that. That's good to know.
Oh, dog's got investigators out there. Well, let's go over here. Here you go. There you go. So then what does Dog the Bounty Hunter do? Dog Nation. We have new leads from Oregon and New York. We're moving fast on them. We are confident that our confidential informants have provided valuable new information about those states. So we're raising the reward to $175,000. There's your Oregon source. There you go.
I didn't do mine. I can't remember where I did mine through, and it was not Sumner County. You do it through something else, Little Red. Well, for what I was requesting. So. Oh, they are going to Oregon? Good.
Oh, they're going to Oregon. Not only did Dog share it, so did Joseph Lesniak, the attorney for At Night Media.
Tennessee. I believe it's just Tennessee that I've experienced so far, where you have to be a resident. Yes. So this was sent to me, and it's known about with law enforcement and Dog's team and everyone. They know about it. So, and the officer's name's on it. And so, yes, indeed, someone, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, this is it. CB shared it with me. I'm sharing it with all of you. The thing is the Church Street. Hi, Fred Dorfma, Lisa Opinion, Melissa Reynolds, everyone who's in here that I haven't personally said hello to. Hello. So that is it. Let me show something to you. It is a video that I found of the pond.
Oh. I don't even have it in me. Like this has gotten so out of hand. At Night Media also shared it. Shared Dog's post. But let's look here. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you guys can see that. At Night Media also says today we can confirm that discussions regarding the disappearance of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, 15, have been held with former President Donald J. Trump's team. The incoming administration has promised to allocate immense and rapid federal resources to this case starting February. So Donald Trump has his team's allocating resources for this one missing child. This one missing child. Interesting.
1 second.
And those of you that continue to believe this shit.
And I wanted to see what they left in the beginning to go on a fishing trip.
What did you guys talk to Bruce Castor, his former appeal attorney? I mean, come on now, people. This is a missing child. This isn't a PR stunt. This isn't ever since these people have, in my opinion, have gotten involved, the level of complete insanity. Hey, Charla, has just been off the rails. I told you, go back, source the people that are involved.
Huh.
You'll see what they want.
Oh, Adventures with Purpose. Yeah.
Remember, according to Mr. E's True Crime Cast, when he did a deep dive into Nick, if you need a fixer for a scandal, Nick's the guy you call. Texas Girl, thank you for being a member.
Yeah, I wonder if it needs to be searched. I mean, she's fairly certain that it was them, and enough to go to a police department, allegedly, and we're just repeating what we're told in the document I received. And hi, Pamela. You live 70 miles from Sutherland, Oregon. Church Road actually has several churches on it. Interesting. Thank you for letting us know that. That's interesting information.
I cannot believe that people are doing this to a missing child. I genuinely, like, this makes me feel physically ill.
Yeah, I think he was trying to figure out what he meant. He didn't know what he meant, and so he was trying to figure that out, right? Maybe it meant this. You will be happy to send in my letter. For what? What letter do you have? So that is it. Let's go ahead and watch the
Hey, Brandy, sending you huge hugs today and always.
it'll get a little visual of this park. It's like 200. Well, I'll give you some information. 1 second. Let me stop sharing. We'll look at it.
No, Kim, I do not. I do not. I'm telling you, dog's gonna start. I don't care what you feel about today, anything like that. I'm not gonna even take this into a political arena, so please don't. But dog, in my opinion, has been very clear on his want for being named to some sort of, oh, he's gonna go get all the bad guys type of thing. Let's round them all up. Why do you think they're pushing to get their names out there? I mean, he's doing a church thing this weekend, selling VIP meet and greets in Alabama or some shit. Ugh. Yeah, he was, Heather. He was pissed as hell with Castor.
This is credit to. Oh no, this is not the one I wanted to show you. But hold on, guys. This is not the one I was planning to show you. Hold on. There we go. Here it is. You still with it? There you go.
So she's going to look at that pond. The lady is saying that she was out there fishing and she thinks she saw Chris and Katie in March, and they think that they just dropped off a body there, you know, Sebastian's body, which is horrifying to even say. So she's going to take it further. Again, this was November 3rd that she did this. Yeah.
And this is Ford Pond.
Credible information, right? Such credible information that dog and his team are running with. Let's carry on because she goes back into reading it again and then going through. So then we saw the post that spurred from that. Now let's go to the 4th of November. Where do you think this went next?
It's changed. So we have some, issues. And so another part is a 4-day weekend. You know, now we're realizing that the time of Monday, the time he left Monday, and what about that weekend? You know, this is
Well, of course, it's another team member, wouldn't it be? It would make perfect sense that Crime Time Buzz comes out, links all this stuff up. They just magically get a FOIA of a report that was done in June that claims that potentially they saw Chris and Katie in March, but the report wasn't made until June. What happened in June, friends? Do I sound like Crime Time Buzz now? Anybody remember what significantly switched in June? What happened in June? Anyways, so Crime Time Buzz comes out with this, says she's in contact with Dog and the team, that this is credible leads that they're looking into. You know, they're getting this police report, they're deploying resources, blah, 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 all the bullshit. Okay. They all start making posts on Twitter. Oh, here's Betty, November 4th.
I was talking to my neighbor about this case. You know, he's not really into true crime. He knows what I do. But he's not a true crime junkie. You know, he's an older guy that likes to watch Westerns and listen to instrumental music in the car. And has no vocals. And
Betty entered in March. What happened in June? Who came into the picture in June?
You know, he's my neighbor. It's Glenn, right? He takes care of the house. He's a neighborhood watch guy, you know. So he doesn't watch this
Tony entered the picture end of April, beginning of May.
stuff. So we were just chit-chatting about it. And it's like the whole work thing. You know, we were out there. We found out by people, boots on the ground, that no crane operator would be at the job by 5:15.
Anybody remember when Dog's team entered or At Night Media started making posts?
It's just unreasonable. Okay, it's unreasonable. It sounds like Silver's on the scene, was able to corroborate the same information. When we were out there, we identified that there's no possibility of a camper staying on location. But I think that had already been identified in the Nancy Grace interview as well, because he was very reluctant to say where he was staying. But he acknowledged he was staying at an RV park.
I'm giving you a little background so you can hear what she's saying before she gets into this.
Prior to Sebastian disappearing. So I think that that is enough information that we can deduct that an RV park he was staying at. Now, coming down to the 4 days, I think this is a shocker for many people, because as I was telling my neighbor, it seems awfully funny that Seth can tell every single person his whereabouts. He was here from this time to this time. He left, at this time. He found out about this at this time. That story's never really changed. Now, even with the mom, we have these things happened at we only have certain things. A lot of the details to the public are a little hazy, but for the most part, we know that they were at the Texas. Well, let's go back. We know
they're a little hazy, even though you're not privy to any of the actual investigation or the details of the investigation, and you get everything chronically wrong and you don't correct it and you don't care and you just continue to throw shit out there and rewrite history, of the people that you were supposed to forget that even existed. Yeah, there's that.
So that Sebastian and his mom had breakfast. We know that at some point in the day they met up with family and were at BJ's.
By the way, Am, if you're still in here, I'm blaming this on you. Poor Am gets the blame this week. Am and I were talking the other day, and she was like, we were talking about, taking it back to the misinformation and showing people how the misinformation, disinformation, how it takes from platform to platform to platform. And I'm hoping that you guys see this started on Facebook by a rambling of a complete wild person. Somehow they took that Crime Time Buzz was able to connect it to this. Then they were able to find a FOIA. Like, all of this stuff seems very concocted. It might not be, but the fact of how they've maneuvered from platform to platform, Facebook ramblings, and then they turn that into content and people run with that. And then she's like, oh, there's natural burial sites in Oregon. And look at here, we have a police report from Oregon that somebody says that they met or potentially saw Chris and Katie in Oregon. And then they take it to Twitter, and Dog the Bounty Hunter posts and says, oh, we have information. We have stuff going on in Oregon. This is how this is going on and has been all along. And it's scary as hell.
We know that they came back home. I mean, this is all allegedly, but this is, a timeline that was provided to us by his mother. So again, we have a timeline from Seth. We have a timeline from mom, whether we...
And I already knew in my head where I was going. I was like, when you mentioned that, you were like, the Facebook groups, because Am has always said that the Facebook groups cause so much harm in these cases, like in many cases, not just this one specifically. When she mentioned that, I was like, oh, I got that. I can already walk you there, because this was all currently going on as we were talking about it.
Agree with it or don't agree with it, or think that there's inconsistencies with either, or it doesn't matter. The bottom line is we have a timeline from Seth and we have a timeline from mom. So now we come to the stepfather. That was allegedly 3.5 hours away, 3.5 hours and 37 minutes, 3 hours and 37 minutes away from doorstep to doorstep, according to his own words on a public interview. Okay.
Yep, I got that too.
Okay. So if that was the case, then why is his timeline so secretive? Okay. It seems like the way it's set up, it seems like he would be the most improbable to have any involvement. So it doesn't seem like that timeline should have ever been a secret. It's like, hey, you know what? I left on January 29th, and I went to my job, and Katie's come here a couple weekends when Sebastian was at his father's house. I haven't been home. As a matter of fact, that weekend I was working on a car. I had no idea there was anything wrong. Of course, Katie and I spoke, and then we had a 3-hour conversation on Sunday just to get, caught up with the weekend because I've been so busy. But, I know nothing. I found out that he was missing when my wife called me, no big deal. He was 3.5 hours away. The most improbable person that could have had anything to do with this, right? You automatically think either mom or dad, right? Either mom or dad, especially with stepdad being 3 hours and 37 minutes away, doorstep to doorstep. We're not looking, why is it so suspicious to ask somebody general questions? And why is the person that you're asking these general questions to getting so offended? And that's kind of the behavior we've seen in these interviews. We've seen it in the Web Sleuths interview where Internet PI, either way, how I feel about her is one, whatever, right? But we saw him treat her like garbage. We heard the threats that came out against Seth. So why so angry when anybody just cries? Well, law enforcement told me not to say. Well, wouldn't you think that they would tell the mom and the stepdad the same thing? And if they did, why did the mom and the stepdad tell the whole world their timeline?
And here's where it gets interesting. By the way, did you know you probably already know this, but she removed that video? Of course she did. I mean, she probably should have, because she took it up a notch with misinformation added to it. It just keeps going, the trickle down effect.
It's a little odd, in my opinion. It's just a little odd. One of the things that where we deductively reason.
Watch this. The deductive reasoning is about to come up here. Watch how great this is.
Something's not right. Okay, because normal people don't say that. I've spoke to many people that I have never heard them, unless it was like early on in the case. You got you're looking for a suspect, you're looking for an abductor, and you want to limit information so they don't have information. That's one thing, but that's not what we're dealing with. A month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, 4 months later. We're not.
What are we dealing with, Betty? Tell us.
Dealing with that equation anymore. So it just seems very odd, to say the least, that everybody else has this timeline and has been kind of informed of this timeline, but it's a state secret for the one that would have the appearance to be the most unlikely possibility.
Even though when Chloe was working on behalf of Seth, Chloe on Web Sleuth confirmed that they had vetted sources of Chris's alibi, but we're going to throw that out there. Betty can't figure it out.
And then you start saying, is there something we don't know? Well, this leads me to Silver's on the scenes.
Oh, shit. Say it ain't so.
Sebastian Rogers, am I reading this correctly? Mr.
We're not cycling back around to Silver's on the scene, and we're not understanding that Silver's on the scene got his information from Crime Time Buzz. We're not doing that circle back around, are we? Oh, shit, are we, Betty? Let's let you tell us.
Chris, he was at dinner Sunday night, question mark. And this was released 10 days ago, October 24th. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up because I've already got it. You guys can go watch the whole entire interview yourself, or the whole entire video yourself. I would recommend it. I found it thoroughly entertaining, and I found it informative. But I'm just focusing on a very specific area of this. Okay, so if you want to watch the whole thing and hear everything, that's what you'll need to do. All right, there we go. Are we good? Can you guys see? You guys see okay? Okay, let's just move that. There we go. We'll move the computer to the phone. All right, let's see what we got going on here.
And for those of you that don't know, Hong, Nick's buddy Hong, in the filing for this RICO. Okay. Now, I know I'm throwing a lot at you today, but bear with me. Hong makes a statement in his declaration. He's not a defendant. He's considered a plaintiff because of at night, and he's something with at night. But Hong makes a declaration against, well, it's not really against anything. He makes a declaration. Supposedly, the defendants are Granny and Barbecue Lady. This filing that got put and submitted in Pennsylvania that Granny hasn't even been served with yet. Silvers grabs onto that declaration, and wouldn't you know, he finds this one little sentence of that declaration, which are in the exhibits, which the exhibits were not filed with the complaint. The exhibits were passed around for people to see and grab onto salacious information put in them. Intentional? I don't know. But Silvers grabbed onto that one little section, and so did Mr. and Mrs. Ease. Kind of seems like they're team members. Huh. Let's let this go.
My friends, is a shelter. Now, we're all aware of the injunction placed upon a couple of creators, one from YouTube, one from TikTok. We all are aware of that. What you're seeing here that's been out there, it's nothing new other than the email.
Give me just a second. Sorry, I've left something somewhere. So I'm going to play this, but I'm listening to it. I'm just stepping away. So if you hear me move, that's what I'm doing.
That was talking about Chris being dinner, Mr. Chris.
Well, I missed a few memberships in here too. Crazy Grandma, thank you for being a member for a month. Angie, thank you for the gifted memberships. I'm trying to make sure I got them all, you guys. I missed a few. I'm sorry if I missed that stuff. I do terrible at watching that stuff. Thank you all for the support. Every one of you, though. I'm really sorry. One of the mods messaged me. I was like, "You're missing stuff." Sorry, guys.
Chris, getting dinner. And after 4 or 5 exchanges, how do you know this? Thank you to that person who emailed me. They sent me this. And here it is. In these affidavits that you saw, all those plaintiffs that are going against those creators, they each have their section. Listen to this. You can read it for yourself. On another, I don't know why they've got Kate in here. Is her name Kate? I don't know. I've always known it's KT.
I have to. So maybe that's just what he was familiar with as her name, or maybe he just spoke her name short, in short. I don't know. Maybe that's what he called her when he spoke to her and she never corrected him. I don't know what the situation is.
But I'll just read it as it's written here. This is a legal document. On another,
You'll see where I'm tying this together in just about a minute. Wait for it.
call, I was presented on another call I was present for. Chris Proudfoot declared, "You'll never find Sebastian." Now we could spend a whole other time. There's a lot of people email me about that because I'm boots on the ground. I'm searching.
They continue to say that as if it was said in that capacity. Again, they have twisted and turned to fit whatever they want to.
For this boy.
So the way I understand this, y'all, is we've heard this declaration come out of the stepfather's mouth in multiple interviews. I actually think it might even have been on Web Sleuths, or it might have been on Smiley's World. I can't recall. Does anybody know? Hey guys, for all the people that are coming in, if you have not yet hit the thumbs up button on your way in, why don't you go ahead and there should be either 3 dots at the top of your live stream right now or 3 dots at the bottom. Click on that and give me a thumbs up if you guys would not mind. I just saw that last night, this Sutherland, Oregon thing at Ford's Pond. Yes, Kimberly, yes. Let me write that down because we're going to be addressing that too. I did read that. It's actually on a public record request.
Oh, wait. Did you hear what she's talking about? Let me back that up a second. Pay attention to what Betty's about to try and tie in here too. Again, November 4th.
Click on that and give me a thumbs up if you guys would not mind. I just saw that last night, this Sutherland, Oregon thing at Ford's Pond. Yes, Kimberly, yes. Let me write that down because we're going to be addressing that too. I did read that. It's actually on a public record request. There was somebody that thought they saw this person. We've heard it in the past, but it wasn't corroborated.
Oh, you heard it in the past, but it wasn't corroborated. Oh, that's interesting.
And lo and behold, I think it's Primetime Buzz did a records request. And sure enough, there was a report made of this. So
Primetime Buzz says that it was CB that made a record request to a random place in Oregon.
Maybe I wasn't prepared for it, but maybe we will do the Primetime Buzz video for everybody that hasn't seen it. We'll grab a portion of it, and everybody else that wants to see it should be going over there. If you guys haven't subbed up for Primetime Buzz, please consider doing so. I've been watching some of the stuff coming off of her channel, and it's decent. It's decent. I like it. So go over there, sub up, listen. We'll be going over one of the videos or a section of that video here shortly.
Oh, well, let's just go to where you do go over it. Let's go to that and see what you have to add to it. Oh, but in the meantime, it goes from Betty to guess who else picked up on it in the meantime? Say it ain't so.
So anywho, if you guys so
Betty goes live, mentions that she's going to be going over Primetime Buzz. Primetime Buzz had done that the night before, November 3rd. This is November 4th. Betty says that in the morning, tries to fit something in here. Spanky takes off and goes with it too. Spanky is a member of the team also.
We haven't talked about the Sebastian Rogers case in a few days. And
no, I'm torturing you, Revival. There you go. 2 times speed. Here you go.
I have talked a little bit about Oregon. However, Primetime Buzz got some interesting information. We're going to go.
You guys realize that they tried to get the Oregon thing to go before, right? People remember that they tried to get these things with Oregon to go previously. They couldn't get it to go. Well, lo and behold, here all of a sudden somebody comes out with the fact that there was a police report made in June in Oregon. What comes back around? Oh, we can circle back around. Now we have a FOIA request with some information of a potential sighting of Chris and Katie in March in Oregon. Shocking. Not so shocking. Other creators, such as Brittany J., went as far as claiming that there was a Chris Proudfoot in Oregon with a record. Not the right Chris Proudfoot, once again, but it trickles down. So Spanky's going to go over it, the trickle down effect. And we're going to cycle through
over all of that here shortly. And we are Silver on the scene. He is doing phenomenal work right now. I appreciate Silver, and I appreciate Crime Time Buzz so much. Silver is out there. Him and Miss Silver are pounding the pavement constantly. Whenever they have any free time, they are out there doing what they can. Me too, Melissa. Good people. I invited Silver on the channel. He is. I need to get back with him. Hopefully he'll be up in the next week or so. And I would love to have him up here. And because I don't think he normally does. He do live. He doesn't normally do lives. So it'd be nice to kind of talk to him in a live setting. Maybe
it would be really interesting to question Silvers when he's not trying to do like a production type salacious misinformation segment. I would love to question Silver on some of his misinformation that he's put out here. I'd love to question some of you, a lot of you, on the misinformation that you've put out here and grabbed onto. But you see how Facebook posts get sensationalized. People intentionally send things that they tried to get to go before. They couldn't get them to go. Then magically there's a police report that's been FOIA'd and a potential sighting, and then it gets sent to a certain creator, and then certain creator sends that to Dog the Bounty Hunter, and Dog the Bounty Hunter makes posts on it and puts it on X that they're, there's potential leads over here. And then the team goes to work spreading the misinformation tentacles out. Yeah. If you think it's not by design, well, you need thicker tinfoil.
Maybe he started recently doing lives. Let me see if he does here or not. No, I don't think he normally does lives. So I would like to, see him, talk to him about that. Yeah, he doesn't normally do live. So I just think it would be cool to hear Silver live, right? Live. So with all that, hi, Smiley, Robin, Justin R. N, Drew, Bear, Fine Summer, Jazz, Melissa, Shannon, Teresa, Peggy, Susan, KW, Fine Summer, Be Great, Shannon, Tina, Drew, Alicia, Leslie, Kelsey, Ava, KW, Bear, Sonia, Angie, Susan.
Let me do this really quick. I'm going to skip all of this. I'll get to his next time spot. Hold on. Give me 1 second, because at least he's not saying so-and-so is in the building. In the building. I mean, there's that. There's that. Okay. Because it's a big jump between that and this. Here you go. Let me pull you back on the screen. So he tells you already like where he's going, but then he plays Terry Lynn.
I won't be there tomorrow because I'm busy tomorrow. I've got other things that I have to do. Okay.
I don't hear anything there. Oregon.
And distribute all across Canada. Their driver stops print and distribute all across Canada. Their driver stops across their buses.
We've got everywhere.
Yeah.
We've got Canadians.
No, we do. Not y'all.
No, I said, no, sir.
Sorry, I had you muted for a second. Let me slow that down so you guys can hear that again. Sorry, I have to slow you down. I know it's miserable.
All. We as in all. I don't know what you mean.
You're insinuating that we haven't been searching. That's what you insinuated, and you already
I'm
admitted
saying
to that.
if your feet hit the ground.
Yes, my feet have hit the ground several times.
So what areas have you been searching? I'm just curious.
So I've been out in Jackson. I've been out toward the Alamo. I've been to Memphis. I've been in Lakehorn, Mississippi. I mean, how far do you want to go? I have been out there.
As long
So
as
is my wife. So I'm not, it's not a measuring contest to see who's doing how much and
How about
all. It's
Magistrate
not.
State Park tomorrow? You gonna be there?
No, I won't be there tomorrow because I'm busy tomorrow. I've got other things that I have to do.
Okay.
Spanish and in French.
I don't hear anything there. Oregon. I don't know.
And distributed all the way across Canada.
Yes,
Their driver stops French and distributed all the way across Canada.
Yes, they are
Their
the-
driver
yes.
stops across their buses.
Correct. We've got everywhere.
Yeah.
We've got Canadians.
No,
that are helping.
we do, not y'all. We
No,
do,
I said,
because
no,
that was done.
sir. This is a united thing. We.
Do you hear what they're trying to do here? Do you catch on to what they're trying to do here for a moment? Let me go here and grab you the next time spot. Hold on. So they're trying to say that there was something mentioned, okay? And then I'm going to take you here. Give me 1 second.
Okay, I was just making sure that this wasn't a rumor or anything, so I wanted to make sure it was legit before I told you guys about it. Thank you for reaching out for your request of information related to Oregon and Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Please see the following statement. We are unable to confirm or deny any specific regional details. However, At Night remains committed to actively pursuing leads across multiple states, including Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Illinois, Louisiana, Missouri, Oregon, South Carolina, Virginia, and Wisconsin, as well as various entry points into Canada. Our team is working tirelessly around the clock following the discovery of a digital footprint linked
Oh shit.
to an individual with direct
Did he try to get messages or information from At Night and this is the response he got? Oh,
ties to the investigation, stated Jay Dowdery, am I saying that right? At Night. Quote, after reviewing a tip deemed credible and originating from Oregon, we have expedited our efforts to thoroughly investigate this lead. We have confirmed the presence of at least 2 individuals in Oregon connected to the investigation who will remain unnamed at this time.
oh, they've confirmed. They've confirmed that, huh? At Night's confirmed that, huh?
While we have yet to confirm whether Sebastian was part of this trip, our focus is on corroborating these findings and identifying any additional connections. There you have it. So, they are saying,
This is At Night's post tweet on November 4th. After reviewing a tip deemed credible and originating from Oregon, we have expedited our efforts to thoroughly investigate this lead. We have confirmed the presence of at least 2 individuals in Oregon connected to the investigation who will remain unnamed at this time.
our team is working tirelessly around the clock following the discovery of a digital footprint linked to an individual with direct ties to the investigation. Let me make sure I'm saying his name right. Is it Jordery? Jordery? After reviewing a tip deemed credible and originating from Oregon, we have expedited our efforts to thoroughly investigate the lead. We have confirmed the presence of at least 2 individuals in Oregon connected to the investigation who will remain unnamed at this time. While we have yet to confirm whether Sebastian was part of the trip, our focus is on corroborating these findings and identifying any additional connections. Very interesting. Very interesting. I think the reason he wanted to talk to his daughter so bad when he talked to Nina is because he thought in those early days he was going. That's interesting. That's interesting.
These people don't even these people are such clowns. Such fucking clowns. I'm sorry. I've had it. Like, how disgusting. There is a 15-year-old missing child and this is turned into a fucking game for these people.
That's interesting. When it rains, there are relatives of the P-Foots. I can Oh, I don't read that. I don't know. But the thing is, who goes on a
So now everybody in Oregon that might have a similar last name to anybody that might have once had a connection to anybody is being looked into and dug into by random people on YouTube. Say it ain't so.
trip when your grandson is missing? Also, they have a digital footprint. No, not J Daughtery. That's Daughtery. Am I saying right? I never can say this last name right. Daughtery. That is from At Night Media. Daughtery. I feel like I don't know. I feel very Jersey or very New York. Daughtery. You know. Daughtery.
So he spins it November 4th. Oh, back to this one. Let's see what else she had to add to it.
One of you guys reached out to me. I'm so, love Lakers. It's nice to see you, my love. Alicia, it's nice to see you. So
At this point in time, none of them seem to have taken it back to vetting any of their information or realizing that this is an open investigation and law enforcement is handling it. Couldn't do that, right? We just got to keep milking it, right? November 4th, November 3rd, Crime Time Buzz comes out with this. After her salacious BS of the 27.27 miles and then the burial grounds, and then this email appears with this CB FOIA in Sutherland, Oregon, and now here goes the clown show running wild with it.
So if that was you, here it is. I know it would probably easier for me just to send you a picture. But you know me. I got to make things difficult. If Betty wasn't making things difficult, it wouldn't be a Monday, okay? Just saying, oh, River, it's nice to see you, my love. I don't know what name brand it is. You know, these things that we buy off Amazon have no names on them. I don't know. All right, so let me get back to this. So this is what it says under remarks. It says, Sebastian is an autistic teenager with a fascination for water. He was last seen at his home in Sumner County. Despite extensive searches involving local, state, and federal agencies, including the FBI and Secret Service, no confirmed sightings have been reported. New information has surfaced from Oregon and New York, boosting the reward to $175,000. We're going to get into the Oregon and New York stuff, okay? Just stick with me. We're not there yet. But
say it ain't so. Another team member pushed the misinformation, reading the flyer that they put the misinformation on.
Boosting the reward to $175,000. We remain confident that these leads could bring us closer to finding Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian was last seen near his home. His mother allegedly discovered him missing when she went to wake him up for school. Extensive searches were conducted involving multiple agencies, including ground, aerial, and water searches. Surveillance videos, cell phones, and other digital forensics were analyzed, though no significant leads emerged directly from these. On August 26, 2024, the FBI announced a reward of up to $50,000 for information leading to Sebastian's return or the conviction of those responsible. The case remains active and no definitive clues on whether criminal activity is involved. The investigation includes re-interviewing witnesses, re-examining evidence, and following up on tips. The Amber Alert remains active as local, state, and federal officials continue their search. At Night, Private Intelligence is offering an additional $125,000, bringing the total reward potential to $175,000. In recent developments, new information has surfaced from Oregon and New York, prompting.
Not really sure where the New York stuff is coming from at this point in time, but you can see where the Oregon stuff's coming from.
Investigators to significantly boost the reward to $175,000. Dog the Bounty Hunters team has been working closely with confidential sources, and they are optimistic that these leads could bring them closer to finding Sebastian. If you have any information, contact Dog the Bounty Hunter by calling 833-TELL-DOG, which is 833-835-5364, emailing mostwanted@manhunts.one, texting 332-5 332-252-3636 or calling 844-922-3236. At Night Intelligence is actively supporting the search for Sebastian by deploying additional resources to locate him, working independently from state officials. So that is, I've never read that. We knew that it's a missing person flyer. Did I miss somebody? Oh, what is this? Bobby, thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. And there was some other information that I can inform you guys. So I wanted to read this little nugget that I think you guys might find interesting. We are unable to confirm or deny specific regional details. However, At Night remains committed to actively pursuing leads across multiple states, including Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Illinois, Louisiana, Missouri, Oregon, South Carolina, Virginia.
So, of course, the team members are all reading the same thing, selling it to their audience.
And Wisconsin, as well as various entry points into Canada. Our team is working tirelessly around the clock following the discovery of a digital footprint linked to an individual with direct tie to the investigation, stated Jay Doherty, or is it Daughtry, of At Night. After reviewing the tip deemed credible and originating from Oregon, we have expedited our efforts to thoroughly investigate this lead. We have confirmed the presence of at least 2 individuals in Oregon connected to the investigation who will be remain unnamed at this time, while we have yet to confirm whether Sebastian was part of this trip. Our focus is on corroborating these findings and identifying any additional connections. Dog Nation, we have new lead from Oregon and New York, and we are moving fast on them. We are confident that our confidential informants have provided valuable new information about those states. We are raising the reward to $175,000. So again, thank you, Nick and Dog. Dog and Nick, you guys are amazing, and they are always doing the right thing. Well, I can't express to you guys, I know you guys see that there was something that kind of went out about that little girl. They are taking everything, even stuff related to Summer Wells, very, very seriously. They're picking up the ball. They're very thorough. This is my first kind of, introduction to some of the work that they do.
Oh, it's the first introduction, right? Yeah, this is it just hurts my head.
And so, because I've never worked with, I've known Nick for several years, but I've never worked directly with him except on one occasion. And I've only met Dog the Bounty Hunter one time prior to this. And, I've never really saw them a whole lot in action. I've seen Dog's work. You guys know I idolize his former wife, Beth. I didn't change my dog's name because Beth's dog was named Delilah, right? So it was like one of those things that she is a Delilah. She had a perfect name for her. So it's just, this is the first experience I've had with like an intelligence agency in the way that they do things. I have to say that it's pretty interesting, and they take this stuff very, very, very seriously. I think that people's misconception, because Dog is, well known by his, Dog but the Bounty Hunter, and him and Beth and all that, going out and finding all of these, convicts and people on the run. I've never quite saw the intelligence side of the work, and I still don't see much of it. But
well, that's because I think intelligence in any capacity fails to be anything that comes into your brain. Intelligent. That seems something that's continual lacking. So not shocking.
There is some insight that I have. And the reason why I'm going through this dissertation is because I don't think people understand how amazing what they do is. And it really is good because they generate reports. They generate things that you
they generate reports. You wouldn't say.
Can tangibly see and put your hands on when it comes to certain leads and what they're doing to follow them through. It's not just, hey, we're here, we're here to get some spotlight.
Do me a favor. Put a 1 in the chat if you knew how this trickled through. If you were aware of this, put a 2 in the chat if this is new to watching how this trickled through and where this shit came from. 1 if you were already aware, 2 if you weren't. Please, I just want to see how many of you realized where this was. Hey, Connie, thank you for being a member.
The work that they do behind the scenes. And like I said, the misconception is that people think that these people are content creators or YouTubers or TikTokers or whatever. That is not their primary business. They use those, platforms to get certain information.
Dietz, you don't get to vote. I'm just joking. Dietz, take your one back. Most of you guys realize this is where this came from. Okay. No, a lot of you didn't. Holy shit. Hold on. Never mind. I missed all those. You guys, I wish some of us could tell you. Dietz, let me see who else put a one. Duchess, Music City. Facebook has been hindsight. Got it. Facebook has been the source of so much misinformation that has trickled into so many of these things. That's a fine for me. I got a running tab. I'm like, I'm going to win the most fined person, hands down. But this has been a constant in this case. A constant. You can go back and source so much of the misinformation from a Facebook post by a random anonymous person. Yeah, Air Force vet. I got booted out of most of their Facebook groups, but I can still see like where it comes from. And now they're just doing it all up front. Now they're just like, here we are. It's crazy. But you see how it goes from Facebook to YouTube to X. They're hitting all platforms.
Out and also to generate leads from case to case. But the work that they actually do, like their job, their day job, so to speak, or their night job, however you want to, look at it, at night, intelligence agency says it all.
At night, intelligence agency says it all. Lacking intelligence. When you're in bed, that's when intelligence comes, I guess, because it only happens at night.
I was very impressed with some of the stuff that I saw that they're doing that you guys don't get to see.
Intelligent thoughts come at night when you're sleeping in sleep mode. When you're in that REM sleep pattern and don't have a clue what's going on, that's the only intelligent thoughts that come into their minds. I mean, hey, maybe change your slogans. Our intelligence fails because we were asleep and didn't get the message. So we're just making shit up.
And you guys aren't privy to, and I don't want to, go any further than that, but I just think it's really good that you guys know this is a legit, their work is legit. And just like with the Summer Wells thing, they took that what people were passing around.
Why are you trying to sell us this intelligence agency so hardcore?
That they thought was Summer Wells as, a very serious matter. And they, just like this new information from Crime Time Buzz, they're taking that information very, very, very seriously. I can tell you they're taking it a lot more seriously than, say, the departments that should be taking this stuff seriously.
Dr. Moonshine, I think more of them need some They need some more moonshine because maybe it will level them out. I don't know.
I, again, don't know. I'm always a little apprehensive when it comes to the one kid that says that he was.
The thing about the Facebook is it happens in every single case too. You can go back and find, and I'm going to use Coffindoffer's terms, famous missing children, Betty's words, high profile cases that she follows. And each of those cases, you can find numerous Facebook groups or pages attached to those names and find salacious information. JLR's Facebook group, The Mysterious Disappearance of Sebastian Rogers, was a group he previously had. He changed the name on, and it blew up to like 30-some thousand people. And it was filled. And people use the anonymous posting so they can say all the wild shit that they want, posted anonymously. And people like Betty grab onto it and make it into content. That's why Betty got so upset about losing her access and her badge and all that stuff. It's a constant, and it's so horrifying to see.
Was out searching and found something and nobody would come look at it. And I'm very apprehensive because he's lied so many times and been caught not telling everything truthfully so many times. It's very hard for me to just believe everything that falls out of his mouth. So I hope he reaches out.
Sure does, Deeds. Sure does. Yep.
To 1-800-TELL-DOG and report what happened out there and provide some information to them. I can't force him to do that. But I feel like he should, whether he likes them or does not like them. They're doing great work. And if there was some evidence or potential evidence that law enforcement refused to collect, and he didn't collect it, it still needs to be processed. It still needs to be,
this whole theory that law enforcement refuses to do this and refuses to do that. Meanwhile, you guys are saying in the comment section, you're not wrong. Seth condones this. This is part of what they are doing. This is part of what the team is doing. It's absolutely wild. But we're going to take it a little bit further. I'm going to let her finish this couple minutes, and then I'm going to take it even further for you.
Pinpointed. So maybe somebody out there, I mean, for the sake of this child, okay, not, social media pissing contests, seriously, for the sake of this child, the right thing is, if law enforcement isn't taking it seriously, call people that have the ability to handle this stuff and take it seriously. And there's nobody that is equipped to handle this stuff other than Dog, his team, including Nick the Hat in their organization.
Zoya, we learned together on that one. That was really when it became eye-opening to me, the correlation between Facebook and YouTube and how they can make, again, in reference to Dre and Marvon, that wasn't a true crime case ever. Same thing with Sebastian's. It's not even a true crime case. It's a missing child with awareness. We don't know what happened to him, but at this point in time, it's not even a true crime case. Same thing that they're attempting to do with Stephanie Harlow. Horrific tragedy that they're trying to turn into a salacious story. And fuck you, Plunder, for even attempting that. You love to salivate over what happened to Marvon, post the body cam footage. These people make me sick. Horrific tragedies, missing children that they try to turn into salacious true crime stories. They're supposedly true crime creators, right? They can't even get to the fact, the long story deets. Yes. They can't, these true crime creators can't even source the fact that this isn't a true crime case. That's the reality.
They're an intelligence gathering organization. They have people, boots on the ground. They have people that can go out there and collect that information.
Great example, Kylie Rodney, another one, horrific accident. I mean, you guys can name them, but look at the ones that these creators that are pushing misinformation. Who did Spanky and BJ jump on? Kylie Rodney. Spanky was a part of the Marvon and Dre. Brittany had tried that one. I mean, Betty tried to get into the Marvon and Dre. I don't remember how much she did with the Kylie, but think about the characters. Most of them were involved in those ones that were not true crime. And they try to tell you all the time, we're true crime. We're true crime. If you were true crime, you wouldn't even touch these cases, because these aren't even true crime cases. They're tragedies and awareness cases. But there's potential for you guys to manipulate and emotionally manipulate your audience because there's strife. It's horrifying.
Information properly and preserve it properly. And I think that if this gentleman is serious and this did happen, it would behoove him to reach out to 833 Tell Dog and report what happened. I'm, again, not going to call him out. But the people that do know who I'm talking about, please put a bug in his ear, because if he's being left out there and hanging when he's searching, that's not good.
That's true, Deets. I will give you that. That seemed like there could have been something else. I will give you Kylie Rodney. But the fact that they dug into all of the people, like minor children, and blasted all of that stuff, this is where we have to, as a society, learn to pull back and let law enforcement investigate and get facts. But true crime sleuths overshot. It was a very suspicious. So I can get people having more suspicion there, but still, this is why we have law enforcement. And what they did to those kids around that case was horrifying. And then there's still cases or still channels that will not drop that case still to this day. Still to this day, they're going on with Kylie Rodney's. But I can agree with you on that too. So many minors were exploited in that situation. Agree with you, Deets, on that. I'm actually really glad I wasn't around for the Long case, because the stories that I've heard of the Long case, to me, it sounds like one of the worst cases. And yeah.
No matter how I feel about the person, whatever our history is, at the end of the day, this is about a 15-year-old child that, gets put to the wayside when it comes to the benefit of a child, right? So hopefully he can do the same thing, because we are working on this. And if he's truly working on this and this did happen, he needs to report it, because the people he reported it to are taking it seriously. And we want to make sure that Sebastian and anything related or potentially related to Sebastian is taken seriously.
Okay, so I'm going to move it on, because you see where Betty goes. Okay. So now I'm going to take you to another person who grabbed onto this on November 5th. This is how your information trickles down. Any guesses of where we're going next? He's already on your screen.
Man, whew, busy today. So just got done doing a Summer Wells video.
If you don't know who this is Don B.
And happened to see some breaking news in the Sebastian Rogers case.
Breaking news. This has now become breaking news.
And stuff going on with Dog the Bounty Hunters, like an X post. I'm not on X or nothing like that. Like an X post that he made where apparently there are two people connected to the Sebastian Rogers investigation, and that are connected to Oregon, or they were placed in Oregon, seen in Oregon. Nobody's dropping any names. But I think we know who they're referring to. Okay. And old Don B's going to drop some names. I think we know that they're referring to allegedly Chris and Katie Proudfoot.
This is also the guy that tried to say that there was information on plates of a white Pinto that CJ and narked divers supposedly saw in the woods, but they never got a plate information. And this guy then takes the opportunity to post a white vehicle with a plate number on his page. We detailed that too. This guy does nothing but lie, my opinion.
Said the neighbors are starting to talk more. I mean, come on, what does that tell you? The neighborhood is starting to talk more. I think we can all read between the lines here, and I think we all know who they're talking about, right? It's no secret. Don't know why they're not mentioning any names. I mean, if they're for sure, if they're 100% sure these people are connected to, Oregon and Sebastian's disappearance, I mean, if they're 100% sure, I don't see no problem name dropping, right? But we'll see where this goes, guys. I'm gonna follow this.
I don't know him as well as some of you in the comment section. This is Don B. But what I do know of him so far is completely unimpressive, and every single thing that I've watched has been lies. So there's that. Sorry, Kenzie's doing dishes.
Let's see where we're at.
Oh, cat food.
2 weeks from now. Let's see where all this information, because it sounds like, some people are about to be arrested, or, it's kind of sounding that way. It feels that way, So I'm going to keep an eye on this and watch it and kind of see where we're at 2 or 3 weeks from now. Because, I mean, if this is the case, right, it shouldn't take too much more for something to happen. And that's,
well, shit, all in a 6-minute video. We got breaking information that's not breaking information, and we've got arrests coming. Well, fuck, Don, why do we need law enforcement? We have you and your shiny fucking Mr. Clean head that has nothing of intelligent thoughts coming out of it. Shit, everybody else go home. Don B's on the case.
The feeling I get with these videos I'm watching. It's sounding like something is about to come down and people are about to be arrested. The thing that bothers me is, people are still hiding names. They're not named.
You know what bothers me? That dent in your fucking forehead. Is that where you tap your forehead trying to fucking get intelligent thoughts to come through? Is that why you got that dent there, Don? Is it like the button that you try to push, trolling for fucking intelligent life or thoughts in there?
Dropping nobody. I mean, whoever was on the Facebook post was quick to name drop some other people, but allegedly there's.
Sorry, the asshole side of me just came out. I'll retract and be nice again. Okay, bye, sis.
Some people, in Tennessee that have neighbors that are talking, that people are afraid to name drop. And in my opinion, I think they're talking about Chris and Katie Proudfoot and their neighbors or neighborhood. That's what I think. In my opinion, that's what I think.
That's your opinion? That's what you think? Did you miss the memo that the team, aka Tony, went into chats and was saying that according to a neighbor, 7 months later, that a neighbor said that they overheard Chris saying that some more bullshit. I'm not even going to repeat it because it was complete bullshit that the team ran with too. That a neighbor allegedly 7 months later makes a statement to one of the team members that they heard Chris saying that they wanted Sebastian no longer with us. 7 months in, and it gets to the team members, and the team member runs Tony, TikTok Tony ran to Spanky's and then to BJ's, and all the team ran with that too. So now Don's just going to mix it all together. We got Oregon, people being arrested, breaking news, and neighbors talking. What the fuck? Why not, Don? Let's just mix it all in one shitstorm.
That's who I think they're talking about. So are they saying, question is, are they saying they know for sure?
I'm going to lose it. I might just completely fall off the edge today.
That these people, and they have evidence or proof of it now, maybe, that these people are responsible for Sebastian's disappearance. So like I said,
No, because law enforcement isn't saying shit, Don. You got some random fucking people from Crime Time Buzz coming out here and saying some weird shit and then sending it to Dog, and Dog saying it's a credible lead, and then it trickles through. That's what we got here. And the fucking fact that none of you guys can source this shit just drives me nuts.
I'm gonna follow this for.
Oh, he's gonna follow it
2, maybe 3 weeks, and we'll see. I'll cover it for 2-3 months.
You have been.
And we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Is it going to lead to Sebastian being found, or in 3 months from now, or is it just going to be?
Well, don't worry. At Night Media has talked to Donald Trump's team, and Donald Trump's team says that they will be allocating funds just specifically to Sebastian Rogers in February. So don't worry, we're in good hands.
Nothing. It'll be interesting to see where this ends up in 2 to 3 months. I'm gonna follow it. My hopes are high. My hopes are really sky high. But again, I'm just concerned, with people pretty much making it sound like they know for sure and this and that. I just don't know what's up with, being secretive about the names of these people involved in Sebastian's disappearance. That's all.
Oh, some of you weren't in here. Hold on. Let me show you guys that. So you don't have to take my information here. Let me show you guys that. At Night's Twitter post 13 hours ago, we can confirm that discussions regarding the disappearance of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, 15, have been held with former President Donald J. Trump's team. The incoming administration has promised to allocate immense and rapid federal funds or federal resources to this case starting February. February when? I mean, it doesn't say February 2025, 2026, 2030. It doesn't give a date, just February. So, and just this one missing child. I mean, not that he's not important, but I guess all the other missing children are not important either. Got to remember, At Night Media has connections to Bruce Castor, who was Donald Trump's appeal attorney, who Donald Trump was screaming at the TV, listening to him giving his opening statements. So, I mean, here we go. Here we go in the whirlwind of, that's where that came from. If you wondered why I said what I said, there you go.
So, my hopes are high. Hopefully Sebastian's found. But again, I'm going to follow this, and hopefully soon Sebastian will be found, and
Nay, right?
maybe Dog the Bounty Hunter. Maybe
It's a felon free for all.
if this is true and Dog's onto something, hopefully he is.
And please understand, in no way, shape, or form am I mocking the fact that Sebastian is missing. Please understand that. Again, this has nothing to, like, I am so disturbed by the fact that these people are using a missing child to do all this. It is unreal. And not one of these people care about Sebastian's dignity. Now, I would take you to Brittany's video from the same night where she took it a step up and found a Chris Proudfoot with, criminal record in Oregon that was completely off, but she removed that video and I didn't grab it. I don't really care. But yeah, she did all that. I'm sure some of you saw that. We was in here earlier. That happened to another team member doing the most. But let's go a step further. So that's just, the trickle down. Now let's go back to Crime Time Buzz for a moment and see what Crime Time Buzz has to say. Holy wow. 2 people confirmed in Oregon to be connected to the case. Let's see.
Welcome in. It is Tuesday, November 5th with a little lunch update for you. Breaking news. We have.
Oh, you have it? We's got it. We're like me. When I don't have something, we has it. I didn't even realize you said that. Sorry. It's no big deal. Like, I don't even need it to show, but yeah, that happened. That freaking happened.
I have a brand new message on X from @Night Intelligence Agency bouncing off the one Dog left yesterday. And I'm doing a video also for a little recap of those who have not seen the live so you know what's going on. This is Crime Time Buzz. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome in. This is for entertainment purposes only.
How many of you remember when MMO Tarot came out and said that there was audio with the video and they circled around, right? So MMO comes out, says that there's audio. All of those channels grabbed onto it, made content out of it. And then MMO comes back around and makes another video. She is just doing the same thing. So she made some salacious things. People picked up on it, ran with stuff. I mean, they did have a FOIA, all of that, turned it into Dog. There was enough there for these other channels to gravitate to it. So now she's coming back around and making another post. Same thing that MMO Tarot did with her audio that wasn't existing on the post. This is what they do. They throw things out there, see if the other channels will grab, and then they come circle back around. It's maddening to watch how this plays out.
I'm sharing some information today from @Night Intelligence Agency and Dog the Bounty Hunter. Any opinions I make are just that, opinions, theory, and speculation. No one is being accused. This is alleged. Friends,
I don't know why I hate the term friends now. The way she says that, as she's like, no one's being accused, meanwhile making wild, salacious speculation and implying things. But yeah, nobody's being accused though, right? Okay. Just heavy on the implications.
We have, according to @Night Intelligence Agency, 2 people confirmed that are connected to the investigation in Oregon. We have hope. We are getting closer to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, in my opinion, and we have hope. And I had to jump on here and share this with you. This is from @Night, came out just a couple minutes ago, literally, on X. After reviewing a tip deemed credible and originating from Oregon, we have expedited our efforts to thoroughly investigate this lead.
So let's take that back for anybody that missed the beginning of this. So this woman, Crime Time Buzz, I'm going to walk you all the way back to the beginning of the stream. So if you missed the beginning, you understand the journey we took. Crime Time Buzz has been over there, been doing all this weird shit. She started grabbing Facebook posts from delusional ramblings, in my opinion, and using them for content. And when I say they're delusional, they're completely delusional. That is where the 27.27 miles Westmoreland location that Silvers and other channels grabbed onto with a potential location of a natural burial site. Okay. So that's where we started in this stream, was sourcing where those ramblings and those Facebook posts came from. I showed you a video of that, and I'll wrap it up with another video to tie it all together. So that's where we started. was a Facebook post that she used for content for this natural burial ground from a delusional rambling. Then she gets this message from a person by the name of CB. CB says, look here, I got a FOIA from a place in Oregon. Somebody made a report in June of a potential sighting of Chris and Katie at a place called Ford Pond in Sutherland, Oregon. Crime Time Buzz says, oh, there's a natural burial ground in Albany, tries to wrap it all together. She reaches out to Dog's team, says, here you go, sends all this information over to Dog. Dog makes a Twitter post saying that, oh, we've got information coming out of Oregon. So people start running with it. Now the whole team, you've seen members of the team going through and cycling the misinformation. Now we're coming back around because Dog made his post on X, which I showed earlier. So she's going to come back and give it more oomph to that. We got something here.
They have confirmed the presence of at least 2 individuals in Oregon connected to the investigation who will remain unnamed at this time. Oh my goodness.
Yep. I feel you on that. And thank you for being a member.
Reading it again. After reviewing a tip deemed credible and originating from Oregon, and I read on a live, I received the records request. Someone had forwarded me their records request regarding this tip. I believe that they're talking about. She went into the police station and had cited, in her opinion, almost absolute certainty in her opinion, she said, KP and Stepfoot in March in Oregon at Ford's Pond. And that's what they're talking about, I believe. And
so again, I want you to put that into perspective. Sebastian goes missing February 26, 2024. Some random person in Oregon makes a report in June of 2024 claiming that she was out fishing at Ford's Pond in March. Doesn't make the report in March, makes the report in June. Then somebody else randomly FOIAs this potential sighting, which they had tried to get some Oregon salacious stuff in there previously months ago. It didn't stick. Police report that they FOIA'd. I know it seems like a lot, but I hope you guys are following where we're going here. It's a lot.
So I read that the other day, but I had not before. I had talked to them and they had told me they were on it. We have confirmed the presence of at least 2 individuals in Oregon connected to the investigation who will remain unnamed at this time. Oh my goodness. You know, as the reward, and the reward is up to $175,000 now. Let me read you what Dog the Bounty Hunter said about that yesterday when they raised the reward. We have hope. This is good news. Are we getting closer, friends? Here's Dog's message.
And once again, they use this upping of the reward. So factually speaking, we know that the FBI has offered up to $50,000. That was done on the 6-month anniversary. Up to $50,000 for any information leading to the whereabouts or any information for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. The other $125,000 has been thrown in by Dog and Nick and At Night Media, and I have no verification on any of it. But every time there's some salacious misinformation that they want to kick off, another thing that you can kind of almost consistently see with this case in general is an upping of the reward. Another $25,000. Where is it coming from? Well, according to Dog the Bounty Hunter on one of his interviews, I think it was the Coffindoffer one, he basically in a roundabout way stated that their supporters would be the ones funding the reward.
Dog Nation, we have new leads from Oregon and New York, and we're moving fast on them. We are confident that our confidential informants have provided valuable new information about those states, so we're raising the reward to $175,000.
Lip locked, thank you. Everybody else tracking, or is anybody really confused? If you're really confused, I know some of the ladies in the comment section are tracking this and have been able to track what we're talking about. So if you have questions, please ask. I don't want to, this is a lot. It's heavy information. It's a lot of misinformation, a lot of disinformation, a lot of disgusting information that they're using. And it's all to do with the 15-year-old missing child. So please, if you have questions, feel free to ask. There's wonderful people in the comment section that I trust completely, that will help you if you have questions.
Again, Dog Nation, we have new leads from Oregon and New York, and we're moving fast on them. We are confident that our confidential informants have provided valuable new information about those states, so we're raising the reward to $175,000. Yes, friends, I think we're getting closer. And now after that message is when At Night came in and said, They're focusing on Oregon. 2 people confirmed to be connected into the investigation. My gosh, I'm so excited. I wanted to share it with you immediately, absolutely immediately, to see what you thought, to give you hope, send prayers, vibes to the teams that are Dogs Team at Night, One World, Nick the Hat, Hong, everyone involved. Thank you so much for being there. Let's get this boy, this wonderful young man who's about to turn 16, December 7th. Let's bring him home. Bring him home. I'm very, very excited about this. Also, the locals are starting to talk. I don't know if it's the RICO that came out and they're trying, and, knowing that people are there trying to control the drama and the hate and they feel more comfortable. I don't know if it's because the reward is.
The RICO came out, ma'am. Are you okay? Y'all, this lady claims to be a teacher. I want you to marinate on that for a moment. I'm not saying anything about her that she hasn't said publicly or talked about. Like what?
Is out there. I don't know if it's because the FBI got involved and it's not just a local sheriff's office from their community, but the locals are really talking. I have a lot of information I'd like to share with you, but we're going to get to that at another date because I need to get off of here in a couple of minutes. I just wanted to let you know again that the reward is up to $175,000. According to At Night, they are on their way. They are on their way and have confirmed 2 people connected in Oregon. And when I say on my way, I mean on their way to finding answers, I hope. In Oregon, the sighting was at Ford's Pond in Sutherland, Oregon.
I saw somebody mention the New York piece of it. That I'm still a little not sure of why New York is thrown. New York continues to get thrown into things, such as in the filing and stuff they talk about. New York's been thrown into a lot, and I'm not sure exactly the reason for it. But if I can track that or source any of where that's coming from, I will definitely try to do that. But right now, I'm not really sure, but it continues to be mentioned.
Oregon. I'll link the actual document request that was sent to me, the video at the end, but I'll tell you about it here real quick. What occurred is a lady back in March was at Ford's Pond and she was fishing and she has arthritis. So she was struggling a little bit. And a lady someone who was sitting on the bench came over to help her. They got to talking and there were 4 of them. One couple said they were from Tennessee, and the other said the one couple with graying hair said they were from Seattle, Washington. She did not know about Sebastian Rogers, that he went missing, last seen February 25th, reported missing February 26th from Hendersonville, Tennessee. We are going to bring him home. She did not know about his case when she spoke with them, in her opinion. So she goes she eventually sees them, and I'm assuming it's in June because that's when she goes to the police station. She sees them on television. And now she's convinced enough not to think, oh, well, that was March, or I've got to be wrong, something like that. She sees them on TV and that Sebastian's missing. And she is, with absolute certainty, the report says, that she saw them at Ford's Pond in March, like within the first few weeks of March, during a weekday, she said. So she reported it.
What did you guys notice changed in that story right there? I know some of you caught it. What did you notice that changed in the story from the original time we heard about it in this stream? If you were in here, what was in the report? Is there a number of persons that just changed right there? It went from 2 people to potentially 4 people. Did you guys notice that? Revival, it's because me and my pop quizzes today are because sometimes I feel like I lose my mind because, of course, they got to try to put other people involved in it too. It's just maddening.
And she thought they were acting quite strangely. So she went back there. Bless her heart. Thank you. And she searched around and found some things in vegetation that she thought were human. And the officer thought that it was animal, but uploaded the evidence photo anyway, the photo into the evidence file anyway. And then this report was sent to Hendersonville police. Someone did a records request, and then I received it from someone else. So huge. They're in Oregon. People are saying they have ties in Oregon. I have not been able to find it quite yet.
This is huge.
Looked a little bit, but
that's super facetious too.
Guess what? They have confirmed 2 people connected to the investigation are in Oregon. The reward has been raised to $175,000.
Nay, ultimately, I don't know the answer to why this is all happening. I wish I did. It's really, really tragic. It's sad. I don't know 100% the motivation of it, but if you connect all the dots with all the same characters, the team members, it's all very one-sided. And why? Not sure, but it's really sad.
And this is all coming out breaking news, friends. So hit that notification, subscribe, please. And as it comes to me and I hear it, I'm going to share it with you. Prayers.
Of course, it's more breaking news. So, dog making a post on X is breaking news. Dog increasing the reward, $25,000, is allegedly breaking news. Okay, sure.
Up for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. May whomever is involved be captured, punished, and Sebastian be located. Justice for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Let's bring him home. By the way, friends, I have a new shirt out that says "Bring Him Home." Go check it out. It's on my merch list on the channel. Please subscribe.
Oh, that's not a shameless plug to merch. That says "Bring Him Home" in green, is it? I wonder who's profiting off that bonfire link there, Crime Time Buzz. You wouldn't be profiting off of a missing child, would you? And selling merch?
I hit that notification bell and I will let you know when I know something.
Yeah, no thanks. We don't need to know anymore. So then it goes on further. So then we're going to go over here. We're almost done. I think you guys, you definitely are getting the understanding of how this all trickled through.
No reward. No reward. We did a video on the channel about why no reward for Sebastian Rogers. Then the FBI steps up and says, hey, $50,000 reward. A week later, Nick the Hat, Dog the Bounty Hunter, at night, get together, boom, take that 100,000, excuse me, that 50,000 to 100,000. A week or so after that, another 25,000, where it has been for the last couple of months. And then as of yesterday evening, $175,000. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to start by saying 6 months, no reward. Okay, we just said 8 months, 10 days.
You know, that's something I have struggled with so often, Blue Moon of Kentucky, because he goes back, and I'm sure that's normal. I'm sure, you know, being in that position, I'm sure it's back and forth, having hope, not having hope. Like I'm assuming for parents, that's pretty normal emotional roller coasters when you have a missing loved one and things like that. But the people around him, the team, that's the part that bothers me. Like, to me, it seems normal that Seth would have that emotional roller coaster. But the people around him and the twisting of the stories and the narratives and the back and forth and the up and down, I don't know if it's the purpose to keep people emotionally invested in this, but it's dangerous to put out there. You know, the FBI is asking everybody to keep looking. If you know something, come forward. If you see him, keep your eyes open. We have no indication that he's no longer with us. He could be anywhere. You know, the law enforcement has asked everybody to continue to look. And a lot of the team directly states that they don't, and I'm going to show you that. It doesn't make sense to me. Some things I don't think I'll ever understand, and probably don't want to, but it's really, it's problematic if you ask me.
Days. So 2 months, 10 days ago, no reward for 6 months. And I want to thank everybody who's been out there searching, posting, saying his name, doing the things to keep his awareness alive. You're doing it. Those same people are still doing it. And they were doing it without a $175,000 reward. They were doing it with a $0 reward. Other people, for
Jens and I have, yeah, and laughed.
Whatever reasons, may or may not want to get involved or have so many commitments they can't. And it's, you know, the little thing about Silvers is when I get involved on something, I'm committed to it. And if I see down the road that I cannot give my full commitment to it as much time as I can, then I typically back away because I don't want to barely work on it. And it's difficult sometimes in Sebastian Rogers because, as you know, the full-time commitment.
Sarah, you asked, forgive me if I missed if you said, so they didn't say. So early on in this, there was mention of Oregon and they tried to get that to go and never did. So how they knew to go to this specific spot in FOIA, this specific report that was made in June of a potential sighting in March by this specific person named CB who got the information and then sent it to crime. They didn't say. Of course, they don't go back that far. But, you know, it just happened to fall into her lap by this person named CB who randomly FOIA'd and got this.
I have with a full-time job, family, and all the different things, right? But I put as much time in, and I've been doing that as well as many others. And thank you. You know who you are, trying to find this boy. Well, now there's $175,000.
Silver's question: are you as committed to this as you were to your acting career? You seem to fail at that. Is this that level of commitment you have?
So this is what, please listen to me here. That can help your life. That can change your life. Think about you saying something you may already know. Going to a location you may already know. Bringing this boy home, even though for whatever your reasons, we don't need to know him. You didn't feel compelled to do so until now. $175,000 could help you a lot. Think about the life changing. Get you out of debt. Help your bank account. Help your situation. But most importantly, at the same time, help Sebastian's father. Help Sebastian's family who are missing him 8 months, 10 days.
Pika, I've tried to be good. I've lost it a couple times, but I'm trying.
8 months, 10 days, 253 days gone. So not going to discredit you, not going to dislike you, not going to do any of that. We're going to applaud you.
Cut. Bloop. Just dropping off the body. I think my sniffer works pretty well. If you don't know, those are all sniffers, aka Silver's on the scenes highlight reel of his involvement since he's been covering this.
And pat you on the back. And so what? It took 8 months and 10 days and 175,000. We bring him home. This is real money, folks. This is real money. If you know where Sebastian is, go get him.
It's real money, not monopoly money. Who's funding that money? Up to 50,000 of it would come from the FBI, but the other 125,000, where's the backing of that? Where's that? I mean, Silver says it's real money, so it's got to be real money. Are you committed to the money, Silvers?
Bring him home. If you know someone who may be holding him, if that's the case, convince them to bring him home. If you know, allegedly, in my opinion, where he may be located, if he's no longer with us, reveal that information. It's time to bring this boy home. So, rewards, the big news just happened over the last 24 hours. An amazing amount of money. Motivation. If there wasn't motivation before, go find Sebastian Rogers. So where does that take us now? We're also learning, and I want to say credit to Crime Time Buzz. Jay is doing phenomenal work here. She's getting the information. She's putting it up as soon as possible. I think I've heard her say, I don't know her personally, been a couple of emails, but she has a job as well, full time. So she's getting that information out there as soon as she can. And this
let's go back to what Crime Time Buzz is getting out there. You've heard enough about Silvers. You see the trickle-down effect. I've about tapped out, but I got a couple more spots to show you. So let's go back to Crime Time Buzz. What do you think she went back to last night? Pull it full screen for you guys. You see that right there? You see what she took it back to? It's time. The Nina video. Bring your notebooks. Last night, 15 hours ago. Why do you think they're cycling back to the Nina interview? Any thoughts on that? Uh-huh. Yep. That's what we're doing. That's what we be doing. But let's take it to one more that she did. Let me take you one more place. Because she wasn't done on November 4th. She had to wrap up her Facebook post that she made into that 27.2 whatever miles. We've got 2 more spots to go. I want to show you guys and link this, show you how she thinks this is so informative what they're doing out here. So remember I told you that I would link her to that Facebook poster, the lady that I sourced you Well, she'll do it for you here. So if you didn't believe me that that was the source, the lady that we saw doing the ramblings to the Facebook post, here you go.
Anna, who's lawyer? Oh. Who was in NC for the trial?
Oh, and there's that same family member that went on Betty's that one time to do that interview that caused her to leave social media because she got bullied and harassed so bad. Oh, wait, she's still on social media. Say it ain't so.
I'm going to take your theory and put it up there so I can read it with everyone and they don't just hear silence. Just theorizing in my head how far these leads are. Oregon, New York, as a mother to a precious special needs son. This is so scary. So freaking scary how a child can be taken, moved anywhere so far. Yeah, that's right. Remember when KP said, and I think it might have been on Nancy Grace, when Nancy said, do something about her leaving the home? And she said, well, then why did you, And she said, well, he could be anywhere, by now. We're putting out flyers, and I think that was on Nancy Grace. But he could be anywhere, I guess, right? So Oregon, what we read, looks like it's got some legitimacy to it. And the post may have some, and I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. Her video, she posted a video and someone sent it to me. And it is the same lady. I checked, verified. So I want to get back. We'll get back to New York. Start thinking in your head, New York. By the way, I did a quick search when I got home to Oregon, and I have not yet found, I started with step socks, bee socks, but
this goes back to November 4th, too, the date of this. So I'm taking you back a step. I know it's kind of all over the place, but I want you to be able to see that she's going to source that same rambling that I sourced as the post from Facebook that they used for that natural burial site, the 27.27 that they all turned into content.
I have not found.
We got one more spot to go after this, and then we're done.
Anything yet. Connection, because I'm hearing there are connections in Oregon. Okay, so what is this lady's? Do I have it? Let me see. It might be in my, no, that's not it. There it is. Okay, so just a warning to you. She uses a lot of foul language. And I need to give a disclaimer before I play this. This is for entertainment purposes only. Anything I discuss is my opinion, my theory, my speculation. I in no way am accusing anyone. Everything I say is alleged, in my opinion, as well as my chat. This is for entertainment purposes only. We are now watching a video that someone has watched.
These people need to understand that they're not CYAing at all. They're not covering their asses at all. Saying allegedly, in my opinion, doesn't cover your ass from shit like this. It really doesn't when you go to these lengths.
Put out, and we are going to respond to it after we watch it. This is something someone else has said. Okay, so this is the lady who made the post, Janine Chrissy, and I will go ahead and hit play. But like I said, there's a lot of language in here, and she throws out some names. So get out your notebooks.
I want you to hear and pay attention. We heard this post already. We heard this rambling already. But I want you to pay attention to Crime Time Buzz's reaction to this rambling. Oh, I should put her chat on the screen.
Full credit to her channel. Oh my goodness. B. Gibson's Reality. Can someone put that in the chat, please? Thank you. Full credit to B. Gibson's Reality.
Chris Proudfoot, that piece of
She's changed her channel name by now, too. I'm going to put this full screen so you guys can see the chat and see how many people. This is scary to realize how many people are buying into this.
Whoa. I got on here and I complained about the bite marks. And
Sorry, I
every
have to
right
mute.
because, David told me when the act was done, when this happened with Sebastian and all law enforcement. Let's talk about Chris Proudfoot, that piece of I got on here and I complained about the bite marks, and I had every right to because, David told me when the act was done, when this happened with Sebastian, and all law enforcement that's following knows what's going on, that I have the right to talk about this. First of all, that whole show with Betty and Chris Proudfoot in the courtroom looking like with that mullet looking like a jokester with his fat wife. I don't know if she's pregnant by him or what, because she's looking all blown up in the courtroom. And I'm thinking to myself, please, God, don't tell me this thing is going to have is pregnant. Or maybe she's just in the house afraid to face the public and eating like a pig, because that's what she looked like. And so didn't he look like a pig with his mullet. We have the right to say what we think and what we feel. And I'm definitely saying he looks like a pig. Now, yesterday when I'm talking to David, I said,
if you didn't hear this already, it's horrifying. The deflectionist, I played the full rant in the beginning of this live stream. It's intense.
give me something on Chris Proudfoot. I said, I'm not going to let him.
That's one of the names in the post, David.
Murder, Chris. You are not going to get away with murder. You and your pig juice drinking wife is not going to get away with murder, because you know what? He would have gave me something. He said, show me a little and that's how David operates. Of course, I didn't fight. I got all law enforcement on my phone and so forth. But I'm almost at the point where I hate you so much, Chris Proudfoot. You're such a pig, and your wife's now a fat pig, that I almost took the bait, just because I know he would have gave me something in return to help bury you. But anyway, it's not game over with you. And again, David, you need to make a better move. Give me something a little bit more, and then just maybe you might get that photo in the end when you need it, when you're in prison. Come on, you got to help me bury this piece of shit. I know you think that he's a piece of shit by now. I mean, you talked about Victoria, who you used as part of the scam, who, by the way, is also getting arrested federally. So if this gets back to you, Victoria, plan on.
Her chat is saying, I like this lady. I believe her. The Sebastian missing isn't bothering KP at all.
On a sweet demise, and either to Danbury or wherever, you're getting arrested federally anyway for your part in this. I don't know much more than that, but I do know that because your part was big with Ron Legg and with David. Anyway, David trashed Victoria like she should be. The blowjob that killed everybody, all law enforcement that knows about it, like the worst thing in the world. Like,
So sorry.
made the world cry. That's what you did, Victoria, to a dementia man on the instructions of David and Ron Legg. Anyway, that's all coming out in the open. We're not talking about that. Everybody's going to get arrested. My point being is, David, if you could trash her and put her on Front Street like that, I know you're thinking about that Katie pig the same way.
I can't even imagine talking about the mother of a missing child like this, that there's no indication that she did anything to harm her child whatsoever.
Same way.
And if you're just joining us, I encourage you to go back to the beginning. It'll explain why this woman that she is playing, Crime Time Buzz, is playing this rambling from a lady. But they used this lady's posts on Facebook that are completely delusional ramblings, in my opinion, to make videos and content saying that he could be 27.27 miles from Westmoreland and there's a natural burial ground, and then it just steamrolled ahead from there. If you are really lost and just coming in, you might want to go back to the beginning, because it'll hopefully make some sense.
I'm waiting for you to do something embarrassing. Like, who's that Chris Proudfoot think he is? He looked like an asshole with that mullet. They both looked. And to be in a courtroom going against Betty, who's looking for a missing kid so passionately, that is so asinine. That is so stupid. What I'm witnessing, in that Tennessee is allowing that, like that they are actually ready to persecute Betty. It's almost disgusting. The judge shouldn't have took the case, just like he should not have. He just lost
No, this is not Chris Proudfoot's ex. No. Crime Time Buzz last night went back to reviewing the Nina interview, but this woman on screen is not Chris Proudfoot's ex. Nope, this is not Nina. This is not. This lady's name is Janine. And the reason I say that is because Crime Time Buzz already introduced it.
the son or whatever. He shouldn't have took that case. His mind ain't even there, and he didn't even know the whole story.
No,
you're good. And detectives should have filled him in. Betty shouldn't have been persecuted. That's my take. Everybody's looking for a kid. You got these two Hamadans that know where that murdered. He murdered his stepson with the real mother of the kid. You got those two Hamadans sitting there, all proud and egotistical, and it's just it was a disgrace. That was another disgrace.
If you're coming in now, this is probably going to be really confusing to try and pick up the pieces of where we're at or how we got here. But if you do have time, I would encourage you later to go back in that beginning. It'll explain how we got to this woman and where it's wild. It's nonsensical, truly.
Tennessee, as if you didn't disgrace yourselves enough with the bite marks, not hauling them off to a hospital. That's because probably all payoffs. This was over a will. That's why it took place at St. Jude, and that's why the name Sebastian involved Charles de Naples. He organized.
Her chat saying, yes, truth. Like, what? 5 nephews. David is related to Chris and Greg. There's no indication of that. Is this the woman who reported Westmoreland?
David scripted them, and like Charles will get away with it. He does that little thing.
She is hilarious. JC had a video with Sopranos theme music. I can't stop laughing. Was listening to her earlier today.
Only the circle around me gets arrested.
What is
what, David? Everybody's in animosity right now. Never know what might pop out, Chris. Anyway, and I have the right to say all this because I do know what's going on. And you know what, David? Do something. These people are animals. Like, the police lost it once with they missed their chance with the bite marks, and when Katie was vulnerable, and they should have really grilled her. Like, come on. Maybe they didn't have all the facts then. Who knows? But now they do. Chris Proudfoot's a pig. His wife blew up and looks like one now, too. She not only is one, she looks like one. And I can't stand you, Chris. And you know what? I'm out to find out where Sebastian Rogers is. You have no idea how passionate I am about it. And I just might get what I want. Believe that. With all that being said, Wolfie, you know what I mean? And the same to you, Proudfoots. There's nothing you can do. Don't send me any letters. It's a waste of time. I already have too many facts about this case. You're an asshole that murdered your son. I'm not saying alleged. I'm saying for real. What are you going to do about it? Anyway, with all that, and like I said, David said to me last night through text, show me your tits and ass, and maybe I'll give them to you. And I have it in text. So if I were you, Chris.
This is what I listened to earlier. She's hilarious. Tennessee laws stink. I like this lady. I like her honesty.
I'd be careful. With all that being said, everybody have a great day in Sebastian.
Was that too low for all of you? Sorry, my dog's now barking. Was that too low for all of you? Do you want me to play it again?
Notice her dog and Betty's dog don't bark the same.
I am so sorry. Hold on one second.
She'll be right back.
Okay, so you know how yeah, I don't know what she meant by I almost fell for it. Maybe she thought they were good guys. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Lisa Opinion, for letting me know. Okay. But she mentions, okay, so she was talking about attorneys right there, right, Yada? Did you hear that? But she talks about a federal investigation. And if you'll recall the other day, hi, Nana, Patricia, I'm sorry you couldn't hear the
Oh, wait, a federal investigation? Say it ain't so.
volume. I'll play it again at the end for those who want to stay for it, okay? Remember, someone came into chat who said they're working with state and federal, and that there is a separate, allegedly, from what we've been told, federal investigation, separate from the one, federal criminal investigation, separate from the one Sumner counties.
Up to good. Great, like so many names.
Doing. So that's alleged. That's what we were told. A lot of people sharing information now. It's interesting, not just, in emails and things like that. A lot of locals coming out saying a few things in emails. I have a lot of information.
No, Crime Time Buzz is not Betty. You guys, I hate to break that to you, and you are entitled to have your opinion, but I base it off the facts, and Crime Time Buzz is definitely not Betty. Definitely not. Unfortunately, there's multiple people that have these crazy belief systems out here.
In my head now. I want to put it all together and just kind of process it. But we are going to, so Dog, if you're just coming in, Dog the Bounty Hunter did put out a post just recently.
Autumn, she is. You heard the full ramble in the beginning of this video, if you were here. You heard the full rambling, and she is trying to give credibility to these women's ramblings, her posts. Yeah, it's unreal.
Within the half an hour that they do have credible leads in Oregon, and we have new leads from Oregon and New York, and they're moving fast on them. They feel the confidential informants have provided valuable new information, and they have raised the reward to $175,000.
You guys, that's again the power of influence of creators. Jay for Justice made the claim publicly that it is Betty, that Crime Time Buzz is Betty, and she gave her reasons why. Again, if you believe that, but factually speaking, it's just not. But people believe it, that it's Betty, and it's not. Unfortunately, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say unfortunately. I could care less who it is, but Betty is to look at me to have an anonymous channel, and this lady's name's Jay.
So New York, interesting. I wonder what's with New York, unless it's the players that we're hearing about here. like Yada said, she thought they were attorneys in New York.
And now you are hearing once again that Yada, the family member who went on BHBs, is in that chat helping try to lend credibility to these nonsensical ramblings. A family member, a distant cousin that Katie doesn't even know, is trying to help give credibility to these delusional ramblings that are making bold accusations against Chris and Katie. Think about can you even understand how big of a mess this is? And how many people are trying to give credibility to complete delusional rants? A family member that went on Betty's to put down Katie, the mother of a missing child, that there's no proof behind. Jensen, are you reading the website? It's so bad. Oh, you guys, sorry. I'm trying to keep my shit together, but I've really tried, and there's so much I'd like to say.
So very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, thank you. Thank you. It is full credit to, let me go back in and see the name of her channel. B-Gibson's
Revival. I just thought about this. Please don't forget to text me. And I found one of, text me after if you're still here and remind me to tell you who I found lurking around. One of Veda's ex mods has moved her way over around here. And I'm like, oh, hell no, you don't.
Reality. Here, I'll put the link to the video in the chat. I'll just put a link to her videos right there in the chat. Okay? I just put it in the chat. Don't leave me, though. Yeah, go dog go, right? Interesting about Oregon. We are, the David I'm talking about paints his face like Joker.
I will, Autumn, as soon as I verify for sure that, well, I already know, but yeah, I will.
I'm not sure what you mean, Ann L. Hi, Detective Sam, Jane Kendall. Sweet Pea. Yeah, I was wondering too, who's Victoria? See, that's why it's good we all listen together, because we pick up different things. And what about St. Jude's? What was that about? I did leave her a message under her video, thanking her for the video and asking her, what was the connection between St. Jude's, the will, and Sebastian's name. Oh, I gotcha. He's in Oregon. Okay. That was a bad link. Oh, it was? Well, that came right from her video. I have looked, Joseph Rapp, just for a short time today. Now, I have put a lot of time in looking up properties and things, but I have not found a connection to Oregon yet. Yet people say there is one. Hello, Senior K9 Mom. So glad to have you, late or not. Just glad you're here. Lisa B. Always welcome in. Hi, Kika. So we're going to go ahead and read the Oregon one again. The one thing is we have subscribers who live near the pond, unless they're thinking the lake. We want to clarify. It's Ford's Pond on Church Road. Remember, if you want to find Sebastian, go to church. That's why that gets me. That's why it jumped right out at me. Okay. I will, hold on. Hold on. I will give you the name of her channel. Oh, thank you, Jane Kendall. Oh, welcome from across the pond. Good to have you here. Yes, at Car Guy. Thank you. I understand you were out there with Silvers helping out. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I think we have someone going in now, yesterday, or in the next couple of days to check out the natural burial sites that are there in the conservation. Hi, 9 thumbs up. Everyone, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. This time frame is when his job was up in the air. Hi, Mr. E. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you. That's so nice of you for being here.
Not another team member over there. Say it ain't so. Okay, let's take it one more place. Autumn, at the end of this, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here you go. Oh, we're going to wrap it up with Betty from today.
And stuff like that, which couldn't be further from the truth. Now, let's face it, I didn't know what to expect when they came into this case. You know, I was a little hesitant, and then I had an opportunity to speak with Nick, which again, I
Why is Betty? Hold on, let me go back a little bit. Why is Betty trying to give At Night Media so much of like gravity? What are we doing here?
It's nice to see you. I didn't say good morning to everybody this morning, so good morning. So I don't think because they know they don't really advertise or publicly tell you guys all the stuff they're doing. But I get to see some of the stuff that they're doing behind the scenes, some of the reports that they're sending to certain law enforcement agencies, you know, bus stops, train stops, this stop, when they get a lead in an area, making sure that everybody knows where, you know, what Sebastian looks like and that he's missing. It's just a lot of people just don't see that. And they dog them thinking that they're out here just trying to, you know, get some attention and stuff like that, which couldn't be further from the truth. Now, let's face it, I didn't know what to expect when they came into this case. You know, I was a little hesitant, and then I had an opportunity to speak with Nick, which again, I knew him, so at least we knew each other. I had actually sold a story to him that ended up being sold to TNC. And so we've worked together in the past on a professional level. And I was kind of wonky because of his affiliation with Jonathan Lee Riches. And we knew how Jonathan was just really doing this case wrong. And I was hesitant because I thought they were, at the very beginning, before I talked to Nick, that they were just going to be an extension of his nonsense, and it worried me. And I think that they had an open mind coming in, and, you know, Nick was willing to talk to me and get everything. And of course, I sent him everything, and he thoroughly gave Tony and Seth like the umpteenth degree. You fired Kamala, get the hell out of here. Cheeky's on a roll. You're cracking me up, Cheeky. You must be in a good mood today. So I was a little I was a little hesitant on what to expect because, you know, I only knew him from your content, you know, the news organization and getting news and, you know, stories out to the public, whether it be political, crime stories and stuff like that on their published website. And they really had a good thing. But, you know, seeing this intelligence side of it, I was not familiar with. And seeing all the good things that they're doing and are able to do, it's very impressive. I will be honest with you. It's very impressive. And seeing that when they do get a lead in the processes, that I don't see all the processes behind the scene, but I do see some of that. And it's like, you know, they get these, for example, I'll just give you a hypothetical. Okay.
Oh, she's going to just give us a hypothetical here, huh?
Say a lead comes in and it's for, let me just think of a state. What comes to mind? Why can't I think of a state? Why is Oklahoma coming to mind? I don't know. Probably because I was just talking to Tony this morning. Okay, so we'll use Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma, okay?
Okay, listen to how she's going to explain what they do. This is interesting. This is over. We've watched videos over the last 3-4 days. That's it. This is how weird this has all gotten.
So say they get a call in and say it's they're in Timbuktu, Oklahoma.
Wait a second. Aren't they supposed to be having some sort of ride on the 9th? Anybody in here remember that? I thought they were having some sort of ride on the 9th. I haven't heard about that recently. Did they cancel that? That's interesting now. To me. Y'all, Nana's not drunk. Have you seen anything more about it? The 8th? I thought it was the 9th. I'm going to have to go look. Originally, they had planned something for November 8th or 9th. I'll have to go look. Something about a ride. But I haven't heard anything about it recently. The dog's supposed to be at a church function this weekend in Alabama. They were supposedly having a ride in Clarksville. Yeah, I haven't heard any more about it. That's interesting. I wonder why.
Oklahoma. And they're
Let me go look.
like, you know, I saw so and so, or let's Sebastian Rogers. Okay, I saw Sebastian Rogers. He was with two people in, I don't know, in Timbuktu. I don't know what counties or cities are in Oklahoma. Please forgive me. Timbuktu, Oklahoma. Okay. And so they do their stuff behind the scenes, and they're like, okay, wait a minute, we did find this, we did see this, we did see this. You know what? Let's go ahead and reach out to the local.
Yep, right here. Supposed to be hold on, let me see. Yeah, here it is right here. Hold on, let me share it. Clarksville Marina, Liberty Park, Saturday, November 9th, 1 p.m. Huh. Ride and prayer vigil in honor of Sebastian Rogers. 1 p.m. on the 9th. We warmly invite everyone in the community and surrounding to a ride followed by a prayer vigil for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian was last seen on February 25th, 2024 in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. This is the time to raise awareness, bridge our differences, and embrace the power of prayer. Motorcycles, Jeeps, and all vehicles welcome. Huh. November 9th at 1 p.m. Interesting. Okay. Well, we were right. I haven't heard anything about it recently, though.
Police department. So then they make this put the flyers in and type a little bit about the missing person. They send that over, say to I don't know if they do it to law enforcement, but then they start reaching out to like businesses, like bus stations and stuff like that, and sending them flyers of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers explaining that he's just disappeared from Nowhere Land, Tennessee. Okay. And they start peddling that stuff out to local businesses and trains, ports of entry into that place, or places that you can like mass transportation type things. So I think people don't realize the wealth of information and their ability to help find Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and the work that they're doing behind the scenes. I know you guys aren't really watching what they're doing because they're not really public about everything they're doing because they're an intelligence agent. Okay, so an intelligence agency doesn't broadcast their work. Okay, it just doesn't. And while I don't want to go through a whole bunch of stuff, I just wanted to promote that you guys, they really are working extremely hard, and they're very dedicated to the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. You can tell that every single person that works there wants nothing more than to locate this boy and reunite him with his father, healthy and well. They're still very optimistic. I've been following this case from, again, the beginning of March and really jumped in about the middle of March. And so, I'd love to have the optimism that they have. It's just that I've got my own battle scars from this case, and it's unfortunate, but I'm just not that optimistic. So I want hope, but it's when you look at the case as a whole and you look at all the behaviors that we've exhibited, it just tells me deep in my gut that something isn't right here. Deep in my gut, I look, because we deal with so many parents and not.
Lily, do you know where you saw that it was canceled? Because it's still up on Facebook. It's still, the group is, or the page for it, for the event is still on Facebook. It doesn't say canceled. Dog is in Alabama this weekend for a church service meet and greet, 2 separate situations.
Parents of just missing children. I think of it. We dealt with like the Idaho 4 and people that their children, they had nothing to do with anything. Their children were in college and were brutally murdered. We deal with so many parents, and we deal with so much grief, and we deal with so many, even though each parent grieves differently, they're still grieving, and they have an urgency to find out what happened, whether their child is missing, their child was murdered, or, their family member was murdered. They have an urgency to find out what happened and to seek justice. And those are the elements that are missing in this case from the family that saw this child the most. That's what's lacking for many of us. is that we've seen the grieving parents. We've seen grieving parents grieve much differently, from, you know, Riley Strain's mom that's just a face full of tears, to Steve Gonzalez that's just angry and wants justice for his daughter and wants to fight, just like Daniel for his daughter Daniela. We see different people and we see them grieving different ways, and it's not all crying and emotion. But we're not seeing any of that in a portion of this case where it should be, predominantly with a mom. A mom is usually the driving force. She takes no for an she doesn't take no for an answer. She takes that ball and runs it and keeps on law enforcement, and just, they're not doing enough. If they could just do more, if they could just do more. And we're not getting that. We're getting, well, you know, there's other people and we understand they've dedicated enough time to this case and have to move on. I have never in my life heard a parent okay with that, because at the end of the day, their child is the most important, and that's all they care about. Not that they don't care about other people, but they want all 100 agents on their case and their case alone, despite other people. Figure it out. It's never enough. And so the urgency, I think, is just as equally concerning, or the lack of urgency rather, is just as equally concerning as the lack of emotion.
Oh my God, Betty, just stop. Just stop. The way they are making this out to be is just not what's happening. He was in there this morning too, Kim. She said hello to him. I don't know.
For many of us, because again, I'm going to state it very clearly, we all grieve differently. But the point is, we all grieve. And grief can be a number of things. Grief can be anger. Grief can be disbelief. Grief can be begging it's not true. Grief can be getting up and fighting like you've never fought before and doing things you've never thought you'd ever do before.
Grief can be what Seth said he saw on Katie's face. You know, before he got involved with all of you guys, and he was acknowledging publicly that she looked like she was having a really hard time, you know, when he would publicly come out here and say that stuff before he got involved with all of you guys. Okay, carry on.
Grief is different from person to person, but at the end of the day, it's still grieving. And that's the problem that has been, you know, problematic personally for me, studying this case, looking into this case, investigating this case, going through all of the interviews and seeing the behavior and listening to the voice. And, you know, it sounded like the first interview, you got a little emotion, but no face, you know, they wouldn't put their face on camera. Then you've got the interview with mainstream media, WSMV. And that was really telling, because they couldn't keep the facial expression. You know, it just wasn't, there's just something.
These are the people that are supposed to no longer exist in her world. Remember that. These are the people in 14 days that she has to go to court for 6 violations of protection orders. These are the people that the judge that she basically veiled threat his grandkids told her no longer exist in her world, and she's doing this. And good question. I'm not sure on that. I'm assuming she's supposed to be there, but I don't know.
About that interview, it just didn't seem right to us. It just didn't seem right to us. The laughing, the biting of the tongue, the stuttering, the not, you know, being of disbelief of what do I want to tell my son? You know, it's just like it for the normal people out there, we're like, huh? You know, like like that green shirt interview. She's asked one question and she starts laughing and covering her face with her napkin. It's like, I don't know. You know, I get worried about having an opinion, because, you know, the county likes to arrest people that have opinions, you know, that look into this case. I find it awfully funny that you have 15 other creators that can go buy a house, go buy their job, go buy the campsite, and it's okay for them to do it. But for some reason, when Bullhorn Betty does it, it's stalking and requires a PO. Well, you know what? You can't stop everybody. I'm not there. I'm in Florida. And so I hope Sumner County gets a message, because I still want Silver's on the scene to continue to investigate this because I can't. And I want to make sure when I go back in there, if they touch me, there's going to be hell to pay, because I don't break the law. And what they're doing is violent.
Wait, what did she just say? Did she really just say that she also has court on the 15th with Queen Bee, I think.
Right. And it's okay for them to do it, but for some reason, when Bullhorn Betty does it, it's stalking and requires a PO. Well, you know what? You can't stop everybody. I'm not there. I'm in Florida. And so I hope Sumner County gets a message, because I still want Silver's on the scene to continue to investigate this because I can't. And I want to make sure when I go back in there, if they touch me, there's going to be hell to pay.
Oh, if they touch her, there's going to be hell to pay. Like putting you in handcuffs, there's going to be hell to pay. Queen Bee Court is on November 15th. Thank you, Revival. Betty, you got a tough couple weeks coming up there, my friend.
Because I don't break the law.
Oh, gosh.
And what they're doing is violating the law. So, and they're restricting me. And so I have some problems. I have some problems with that, because I wake up every morning believing I'm in America and not in communist China. And when I think of Sumner County, it's hard for me, in my experience, not to look at them as a communist county that likes to dictate and control people's free speech, freedom of the press, and the right to freely assemble peacefully. So I've been having some problems, but we have some information. Where is it?
She's been having some problems. Say it ain't so.
And we also have the neighbor. We've been focusing heavily on the interviews that we have, because that's the public information I have access to. And good God, not allowed to be an investigative journalist, and I might be putting some of their local news out of business. So, I can't. I'm not allowed. I'm the only person in the free world that's not allowed to do investigative journalistic work on this case. The only person. That's fair. Just saying. But we're not getting that from their local news. We're not getting these interviews where they're trying to find the truth. We're not getting that. They're fine with the status quo like every other stinking person in that county. They don't care if rights are violated, because that's just how we do things here. It's either right or it's wrong. Okay? The status quo needs to be challenged in that county. And that's exactly what we're doing. But mainstream media is not trying to find people with information like they once did. Back in the 90s, they'd be knocking on every single neighbor's door just to try to get that insight. Not this day and age with our news. Even though nothing's changed in our Constitution about the freedom of press, our press has decided not to be free anymore, which allows people like me, if you've noticed, people are getting their news from social media. Why? Because we bring the information that they are being constrained from bringing. Real journalism in mainstream media, in my opinion, has gone to the wayside.
Oh, really? Is that so? Say it ain't so, Betty. This is from this morning, if you guys are asking. We're going to have a guest here in a second. Oh, there she be. Hold on. There you go.
This bitch is delusional as fuck.
Hi, Chico.
Hey, y'all. I'm sitting over here and I'm just getting mad as hell. And this is the only bitch on this platform that can get me this fucking mad. With the bullshit that she spews and the hatred and the bullshit rhetoric she pushes about Tennessee and Sumner County. Ma'am, you brought that shit on yourself. You set your motherfucking self up. You the one who stalked and harassed. Now, your friends, they just as fucked up as you. I'm not gonna lie. Like Sniffers and all of them and all of these other weird ass bitches, they're just as bad. And I do hope they asses get sued. But you, ma'am, you have taken that shit too fucking far, and then you want to holler, woe me, oh, poor me, they're shutting me up, they're taking my rights away. Bitch, you slow as fuck. You don't have the right to go to somebody's job. You don't have the right to fucking sit here and call these folks jobs and fucking harass them. You don't have that right to go drive past their goddamn camper and stalk them outside. You don't have that fucking right. Yeah, you can do it. It doesn't make it right, you weird ass bitch. And the fact that you're making excuses for it and sitting here wanting to tell your subs that they're taking my rights away, bitch, stop lying just on your shit. I'm gonna keep saying this, y'all. Y'all know how I feel. If you throw the motherfucking rock, don't hide your hand. But of course, I know your bitch ass with all these goddamn lawsuits you got going, you ain't got no choice. You're a weird ass bitch, and I really hope that the judge sees the fuck shit that you're doing. I don't normally wish jail on nobody because I come from the streets and I know what that shit is like. But you, bitch, you need to be humbled. Period. I don't think a motherfucking swift goddamn fist to your mouth will help you. I really think you need to be humbled and sitting in a fucking jail cell for a few years.
And that ain't no threat.
No, it's not. It's not a threat. It's just you're fucking weird.
100%.
You want to stay hollering, my rights, my rights, my right. What about Sebastian's family rights? What about them? So fuck them, huh? Fuck Katie's emotion. Fuck Chris' emotions. Fuck how they fucking feel. Fuck all the harassment, the stalking, the people that have went too fucking far because your little cronies have done fuck shit and threatened these folks through Facebook and every other goddamn social media you can think of. And that's okay. Like the shit is weird, and I just the way she talks about my state and like Sumner County, and that's not even my area. I'm 2.5 hours from there. That's more so Pika's area. That's not my area. But how disrespectful she is to our law enforcement and the people that has worked his case. I'm gonna keep saying it. You had almost every damn alphabet crew you could think of working Sebastian's case. And you want to call them dumb, but you think Dog is going to do something? You think Sniffers is going to do something? Oh, okay. All right.
How's your Wednesday?
Mhm.
How's your Wednesday going?
It's good. I'm off work now.
Oh, well, it's a good day then.
And I'm off Friday, so hey.
By the way, if you don't know, this is Chico.
Y'all trying to get me assassinated with this Chico 2028 president shit. Y'all know they are not.
Did they just start that?
They are not gonna allow me to be president. Y'all know that. They'll assassinate my ass before we even get to election. Shit.
Chico, like, I don't deal with politics. Nope.
No, because all of them fuckers is fake as fuck too. That's a whole different story. But whatever. Like, I'm not even gonna go there. Like, hey, the only thing I can say is I pray the next 4 years is better than what we've had. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know. I'm not. That ain't none of your fucking business. Just like it ain't none of my business who you voted for. I don't care. Let's just hope it's better.
Unity and less division is the only thing I hope for.
Exactly. But no, I stay away from Tunica. I get lost down there, especially Horseshoe. Horseshoe slots pay out better, FYI. The dollar machines, just FYI. I don't like the disrespect. I don't, and I don't like Betty. I've made that real clear. I do not like her and how she handles cases. She purposely does this shit to get people all riled up, like right now with this whole bullshit. And oh, I need 30,000. Like, bitch, you ain't had enough legal troubles yet for you to finally sit the fuck down somewhere.
No. You notice she stopped saying about that federal stuff, though, that federal injunction and all that stuff. She kind of shut up about that all of a sudden.
Wonder why.
Probably because it's just a filing that hasn't even been served. I mean,
I don't know. She's just I can't
It's so
do this woman. I can't. Like every time I hear her, I just
I almost put my matching shirt onto her. Kyle's got that same shirt. By the way, it's from Walmart, like $7.99. You can get the same shirt. It says, "Please do not disturb. I'm disturbed enough." I almost wore the matching one today to channel my inner Betty, but then I was like, nah.
yeah,
Disturbed.
she's weird.
You want to review this with me?
No, hell no. I'm not going to Nashville to go watch that fuckery because I'm telling you, I'll be in shackles next to her. I know me and my temper. The hurt and pain she done caused this family and all of the fuck shit she has done to this family.
It's hard.
It's no. I can't forgive that. I can't. Even if she sat here and apologized today, I cannot forgive that.
And it's not just this family. It's a consistent theme of constant families. It's nonstop. One family after the other family after the other family. Do you want to sit up here while I finish reviewing? Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready to go? Tell me, you know how to,
yeah.
We do this. Come on now. Okay. Ready? Go.
Yep.
It feels like it's dead. So what is social media and alternative media doing? We're bringing the truth. We're bringing the interviews. We don't mind stepping on toes like media once did. And so this is no different. This is an interview with Miss Bobby. I think we need to hear it again. I'm going to try to, rush around a little bit. I don't want to hear the whole thing, but we're going to listen to it. We're going to watch it because we need to hear what the neighbors said happened. So buckle up, guys. We're going to be here for just a little bit, and then I will relieve you, and you guys can be on with your day.
Look, JLR Investigates coming on. Bring it right in right now.
The X.
We're going to talk.
The X. She has to get that in there. The X. I'm not going to play that part out because we've watched that and I've reviewed that, but I'm going to fast forward her here to the end. We don't have much left, but I want you to hear how she does this. We've all seen Bullshit and Bobby. If you haven't, there's multiple interviews. Bullshit and Bobby is not really a direct neighbor. She didn't even know the house had sold, yada, yada, yada. Like I could go on and on. She goes on JLR. This was from months ago. And then she goes on with Terry Lynch. There are huge contradictions in her story the entire time. Betty pisses and moans and tries to point out these things when Bullshit and Bobby is just a bunch of bullshit. So we're going to just listen to the end of it here.
A runaway teen. That was what everybody's focused on. So when they first asked to look
just for a few more minutes to see if there's any other talking points for this segment we're going to do. And then we're going to come back and finish the rest of Miss Bobby's interview, probably around, I would say, either noon or 2, one or the other. We will be back. I think 2 o'clock is going to be the last. I've got some things to do this tonight, so I may be back around 8. I don't know. We'll see. But I've just got some errands that need to be had today that I've got to get done today. So anyways, guys, let's just play it, see if we can find any other information, and then we're going to close the chat down and the channel down until 12 or 2. It's going to be one or the other. So if you guys have not subbed up to this channel, please consider doing so.
cameras. I think everybody was checking actual.
She is so determined. I'm going to fast forward a little bit more. She is so determined to get something going here after the judge told her this family no longer exists to you. She is just pumping.
Are coming back, and then you can see all the police come in. She said it's very obvious. So I asked her why.
So we'll pick it up. We'll reiterate. We'll start our live this afternoon of hearing that again. So that gives you a good idea why everybody are up in arms about the allegation that this was a mere trash truck, because the people that have the camera footage know exactly what they saw. And
okay, again, I'm going to back that up. So you guys, I want you to think about this going through. All these neighbors keep coming out and saying that it wasn't a trash truck, right? It's not a trash truck. All these neighbors claim to have security cameras, Ring camera footage. Why has not one single neighbor came out with when the trash truck came through on their Ring cameras? Because all of them that have Ring cameras would see when the trash truck picked up their trash.
I've been asking the same damn question. Why? Where in the fuck is the receipts? Y'all keep hollering it, and police has already said no. We vetted and made sure, but y'all want to keep sitting here and saying no. It's a trash truck, bitch. Where's the goddamn footage? Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
They would have, and neighbors would have, like, oh, here's law enforcement saying that the trash truck came through this time. Here's when the trash truck came through our neighborhoods. Like, they would have that, and nobody can, nothing. So they have to keep going back to bullshit and Bobby.
Are coming back, and then you can see all the police come in. She said it's very obvious. So I asked her why.
So we'll pick it up. We'll reiterate. We'll start our live this afternoon of hearing that again. So that gives you a good idea why everybody are up in arms about the allegation that this was a mere trash truck, because the people that have the camera footage know exactly what they saw, and the people with the camera footage say an hour and 43 minutes to 2 hours later, 2 hours after seeing these lights that Nick Barris.
Nope, Revival, we don't know. We have no idea, but the neighbors that the team keeps saying that they've talked to are saying this, and this. Where's their camera footage to go along with it, their claims? You would think it would be really easy for one of the neighbors that works with the team, right? That gives the team all the information to come out and say, here's actually when the trash truck came through. Here you go. Here's the video. They can't do that, though. They just keep trying to make it out to be that law enforcement is lying or law enforcement is doing this or that.
Wrote to the world, go to a vehicle, and then this vehicle leave, and then we know that one light went back to the house. This is very problematic. This is definitely evidence that is going to be used somewhere. This definitely shows some abnormal behavior and abnormal activity around a house where a 15-year-old autistic boy ultimately disappeared from during that very specific time frame of midnight to 6 a.m. This happening between 3 and 4 a.m. right in the middle of that block of time. So is this?
We have no idea what is in the lights. That's for law enforcement to figure out.
Hold on, but here's the thing. I work in trucking. I hire fire truck drivers. Most trucks have GPS, and 9 times out of 10, they have cameras inside the cab, in the front of the cab, and outside on the back side of the cab for insurance purposes. I'm pretty sure LE looked into that. I'm just saying. I don't think they would claim as, but I could be wrong. And, Sumner County could have did a shitty job. But I think they did look at this, and I think they were able to determine it was a trash truck.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's things that they're not going to release publicly because they're still trying to figure out what's going on. Law enforcement is investigating this, not Betty.
Is this related? Yes. I don't need law enforcement telling me that this is related to this case.
Oh,
we know it is related to this case. Why? Because we have this thing up here called a brain, and we have this thing called common sense. And moreover, we have this thing called instinct. So for me, this absolutely goes with this case. This was absolutely in the middle of that time frame. And we absolutely see one light and one sole lone light go back in the direction of that home. And only one person ended up waking up inside that home the next morning reporting another individual missing. Is it related? You're damn right it's related, in my opinion, without a doubt, in my opinion. And I am allowed and entitled to that opinion. I truly believe it's fact, not opinion, personally. But this is coming from people that live in that community. This is coming from people that have personally viewed video footage and information and have personal knowledge of what happened that morning between 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. A 3-hour window. Something happened with lights going to an unknown car. Then
an unknown car. We don't know if there was a vehicle. Oh my God.
Bitch, if they got all this evidence, then why the fuck hasn't Sebastian been found? Just answer that one fucking question for me. If all the neighbors got all of this fucking information, then how come Sebastian hasn't been found? Anybody? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Yep. Ridiculous. Complete ridiculousness. Thank you. I just got it. Can I pull that up on screen? Are you okay with me pulling that up on screen, or do I need to keep it behind a screen?
You see the garbage truck come in. Then you see the bus come through. Very, very, very specific timing. And is this 3 a.m., a 3 to 4 a.m., the garbage truck? Absolutely not. Why? Because an hour and 43 minutes up to 2 hours later, the garbage truck actually comes through. I don't see a community needing the need of 2 garbage trucks coming into the.
Where's the video of that? Where's the video of that? We see. Nobody has shown the video of that. Where's the video of that? This is why I wanted to catch this right here.
It's in her head.
Of course.
It's in her head.
Mm-hmm.
You see the garbage truck come in. Then you see the bus come through. Very, very, very specific timing. And is this 3
Where did they get that video? Where?
Video footage and information, and have personal knowledge of what happened that morning between 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. A 3-hour window. Something happened with lights going to an unknown car. Then you see the garbage truck come in. Then you see the bus come through. Very, very, very specific timing. And is this 3 a.m., a 3 to 4 a.m., the garbage truck? Absolutely not. Why? Because an hour and 43 minutes up to 2 hours later, the garbage truck actually comes through. I don't see a community needing the need of 2 garbage trucks coming into their community.
So Betty knows more than law enforcement does now.
What the? One is for recycling. You do realize that, you dumb bitch, right?
Well, it depends. Our recycling and garbage runs on 2 separate days.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't even know what she's. This is. But
Like, I just, y'all, me personally, the reason why I think she keeps holding on to this little theory here is because that's the only one she really can hold on to. Because everybody on this side of YouTube, burnt toast nonsense, hell, everybody that has roasted this bitch has pretty much decimated and fucking destroyed all her other arguments she had. So this is the only one she can cling to, and nobody can really say anything because we don't have the videos. I really think that's the only reason why she's hanging on to this one little factor.
It's because she can throw shit out here and people will run with it and believe it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. When we have no idea. Because law enforcement has kept this stuff close to the vest.
As they should. As you see, as they should. Because bitches like her fuck this case up.
Oh, so annoying. Okay, we got 3 minutes.
Monday, the 26th, which if it did happen, that would be odd in and of itself. Why do they need 2 trash pickups? Explain that to me. Anyways, guys, be back here noon to 2. We will finish this interview up as Delilah is waking up and she just wants to play at this point. She just, all right.
At least the dog's cute. We don't need to.
Just a kiss. Hi. She's ready to play. She's like, Mommy, I want you to play. I want you to play. She's full of energy today. She went to the vet. She finally got her vaccinations. She's got her parvo, distemperament, and her rabies shot, and she's been registered with Manatee County. Say, I am good to go. I am good to go. It was a little more costly than I expected to get her spayed and have her teeth removed and to get her microchipped.
Girl, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Matter of fact, you shouldn't have that fucking dog, but I digress.
I wonder what her paint job on her car looks like that cost her $400.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, like that's Econo here in Memphis. There's a paint place like it's called Econo Paint. Do not let them folks paint your shit because it's gonna be fucked up.
Mal, you're still stuck with it.
She brightens up my day. As you guys can see, this is what we do all day. I'm a big jungle gym for this pooch. I'm a big jungle gym for this pooch. I got you. I got you.
Why is she good?
I got you.
Never mind.
She loves playing. What? What? You gonna get up here again? She likes to do this thing where she jumps up, and then I throw her to her bed, and she turns around and she jumps up again. Except now she's nibbling on the toes. Now she's nibbling on the toes. What are you doing? What are you
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait. I'm with you, Pen. Did she say she got her spade?
Mm-mm.
I was gonna say, I know good and damn well she didn't get her spade and throwing her like that. I know
No.
good and damn well she. Okay. All
I
right.
No, I think she said like chipped in shots.
Okay. I was about to say, because I know good and damn well, ain't no damn way, baby, because you're going to have to take her right back to the vet because you done ripped the stitches out, dumbass.
Well, she would have a cone on for a couple days so they don't lick too, usually. But what do I know?
All right, there she is again. Now we're gonna throw her. We're gonna throw her to her bed. Get out of here! Get out of here! And then she jumps up, and we're like, "No, let's throw you in the bed. Get out of here! Get out of here!"
All right, I've had it. I can't do no more. All right, one more. Oh, where'd you go? I always do that when there's two of us on here. Okay. We sent us a little reminder here. We won't have to play this whole thing, but because I mentioned it, that this happened.
Mm-mm.
You want to get
Thank
down?
you.
You can get down.
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about a comment I saw.
Oh, okay. So I mentioned that BJ did a live stream spreading that same Oregon stuff. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Thank you, Wee. Thank you. Let's see. Share this tab instead. Here we go. So BJ also posted that narrative.
From now on, I'll just do it a couple hours before. Oh, hi, Noelle. Thank you for letting me know. Did you get it yet?
Remember the crime time buzz shit that we just went through? Well, yeah, here we go. This might be too fast.
Yesterday or today? Thank you, friends.
Where'd they go? Let's find the spot. Here we go.
Trafficking problem in Sumner County was a hint. Their individual
We're going to go up here.
that C Step Socks is as her current residence, which it isn't her current residence, but very interesting. So they still have ties to that one property. So wouldn't that be nice if you got the reward?
She did?
Yes, Ginger Girl. All over the United States, it seems.
Revival, she did say she got her spade? Try 1 hour, 25 minutes? Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
And she throwing the dog like that. Hell no. Mm-mm.
Did she really say that? Oh, yeah, she did. They said, yeah. Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh,
Mm-mm.
So this basically goes in with the passing of misinformation BJ got in there too. So we got Crime Time Buzz to Betty to Dawn B to Silvers to Spanky to BJ. And the cycle just continues.
Full credit that he gives in reality.
Well, I got on here and I complained about the bite marks. And
Sorry.
Better move, give me something a little bit more, and then just maybe get that photo in the end when you're in prison. Come on, you gotta help me bury this piece of shit. I know you think that these pieces right now. I mean, you talked about Victoria, who you used as part of the scam. Who, by the way,
It's sped up double time. We've already heard this twice.
also getting arrested federally. So this gets back to you, Victoria. Plan on a sweet demise, and either should Danbury or wherever you're getting arrested federally anyway for your part in this. I don't know much more than that, but I do know that your part was big with Ron Lang and with David. Anyway, David trashed Victoria like she should be. The blowjob that killed everybody. All law enforcement that knows about it. Like the worst thing in the world. Like,
so sorry.
That's what you did, Victoria.
Yeah, somebody says, yeah, no, this isn't helping, but that's me. Just because someone posted it doesn't make it true. Use your own filters, just my opinion. It's a mental health crisis in the United States.
Dementia man on the instructions of David and Ron. Anyway, that's all coming out. We're not talking about that. Everybody's gonna get arrested. My point being is, David, if you could trash her and put her on Front Street like that.
Somebody says I wouldn't be showing these videos.
I know you're thinking about that Katie pig the same way. The same way.
Wow. The chat's telling
I can't understand anything.
It's so low. Why is it so low? I don't know, y'all. This is that same person, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't understand anything she's saying. And I have
I'm
my earbuds turned up as high as they can go. Yeah.
I'm skeptical of this woman, but you never know. Oh my gosh, they were telling her. This woman made the 27.27 mile post and she still ran with it. She still ran with it.
I can't. Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I couldn't hardly hear it, but what I did hear, yeah, I don't know. Remember the bee socks? Yes. Went to Alaska for 2 days or 2 weeks after. Yes, I do. I do remember that, Tim. And I also remember we looked up how far they were, or where they would have, boarded the ship or the ferry or whatever they would take.
God.
It was about 45 minutes to an hour from Sutherland. So, I mean, for what it's worth, take that. He's saying it's fake. Who is?
Oh, of course. Of course.
What the fuck? What does them traveling got to do with y'all? Why are y'all so goddamn in their business? Y'all some weird ass bitches, man.
Do you
Y'all
hear her
taking
trying
their
to
itineraries. Y'all are taking their flight plans. If they get a rental car, y'all know where they got the rental car from. If they get a lawyer, y'all are calling the lawyers. Like, what the fuck? Is nothing sacred?
Well, and the fact is that she's trying to give credibility to this woman's story, saying, well, it's only 45 minutes from Sutherland, Oregon. Let's hear what else she says. I bet it's about to get interesting.
Who's saying it's fake? I don't know, but the fact that they have leads in Oregon, that has my, spidey senses tingling left and right.
Oh, her spidey senses be tingling left and right. Man, this bitch can't source nothing. Oh my God. Yeah, they went to Alaska for a pre-arranged work trip.
I don't know. I don't know what to think.
All right, they're still asking you to play Flickery. Puts video that was sent to you in an email. I'm not sure what it's about.
Hold on, let me look. Hold on, let me see, because
Wow.
I got the bear with me, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's very interesting. It really is.
What's very interesting is that you didn't even attempt to fact check this. That you didn't even attempt. And you're putting it out here. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, and you're putting it out here.
Can I say something? So, BJ.
So apparently, I got an email saying that lady that we just saw, her I guess her Facebook was hacked.
Oh, of course her Facebook was hacked. Oh my God. Oh my
BJ,
God.
I don't hate you. What I hate is your behaviors and how you cover these cases. It would be great if you could just stick to the facts, just the facts, instead of going with these people that have no clue what the fuck they're talking about. Just stick to the facts. And that's what I have an issue with. I don't have an issue with you as a person. I have an issue with your behaviors and how you cover these cases.
Oh, I got an issue with her personally now. She calls me a damn bully when the bitch can't show that I've done anything but play her own dumbass words back at her. If that's being a bully, then sign me the fuck up.
Well, that's how I felt about SW, because what the fuck you call me a bully for, and I ain't never said nothing to you out the way on this platform. But
you obviously ain't been bullied if you think I'm a goddamn bully.
But like, if you put, like Nonsense said, if you researched and put in time in these cases, I guarantee you would elevate to a different level. But because you be doing all of this weird shit, that's why a lot of people fuck with you, BJ. That's why a lot of people do cover what you say, because you go off left field with this shit. And it's weird. I can't say that enough. It's weird. I don't. Just stick to the facts. Like, this whole letting folks, like these damn weird ass psychics and shit, and them tell these stories that they got a spirit came through and told them, and running with that shit. It's not cool. It's not. Sticking to the facts, though, is where it's at.
Okay, let's play a couple more minutes of this and then we can end it out, because these people what a clown show today. Is she gonna go get a map?
Wow. Wow.
Wow, what? A shooting star came down and hit you in the head. I love your kitties,
Give
but
me 1 second, guys.
Chris pissed people off over something. Oh my
Sorry,
God.
guys. Give me a second. I'm getting these messages.
Brittany
What is this?
trying to tell you the ferry leaves from Bellingham, Washington, not close to Oregon at all. Yeah, way away from.
Oh, okay.
What is that noise?
I don't. Flickery, I'm not sure exactly what you want me to show, my love. This is wild, y'all. This is real wild.
Hey, Britt, everybody in chat's trying to get your attention on the ferry that leaves from Alaska is like 7 hours from Oregon. From that
Is it
town in
7
Oregon.
hours? Because I thought we looked it up. Hold on.
I don't know.
Let me go to. Hold on a minute. Because wait, did I get that all? I don't think it's 7 hours, y'all. I don't think it's that long. Hold on. Sutherland. Because we looked this up on maps before. We'll go back though and do it.
Walker says it's not an hour. I'm from here.
Okay, maybe it's not an hour, but it's not 7. Am I wrong? Am I mistaken?
Yes, you are.
How far is it, Walker? You said it's further, but how far?
Oh my God, she did.
Wow.
Oh, she did.
Wow.
Oh, revival. Yeah, you guys did figure it out. They use 1, 2, 3, 4 and password for their passwords. Definitely on that level. Definitely on that level. Oh my God. Oh, we'll listen to another minute, but Wee's right. She did do this. She took the misinformation, and that's the thing. She didn't even look into what she was about to try and spew or make sense to her. Oh, this is why I can't do these people. This is
No,
just
and that's the issue I have. At least if you're gonna talk about it and put this shit on your platform where you have how many? I don't know. It's 18, something like that. Or however many subs. At least put in the time to fact check and research it. Just don't somebody send you a video and you say, "Oh, I'm about to do a live on this." No, research it.
her chat was flipping out. Well, yeah, because it's misinformation and complete insanity. We got a couple more minutes. No.
150 miles.
Wow. How was I so off there? My bad.
At least from Bellingham, Washington.
So here's Sutherland.
To Bellingham, Washington.
Washington.
Here's Sutherland.
Gosh, I'm so confused. Everybody's putting all kinds of different stuff out here.
Hold on, and I'll write it. Let me stop this for a minute because I don't want to dox myself. Wait a minute. Sutherland to.
Ma'am. You by being on a filing. Oh my. Oh Lord.
Ma'am.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
What is she?
Like, yep, I've looked this up before. There it is.
Yep, she's looked this up before. She's even looked. Oh, this is embarrassing.
Here we go. Yep. Right, you are, Ken. I am so sorry, guys. I don't know how my memory gets so messed up, but yep, there it is.
Oh my God.
We're looking at a 6-hour drive.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
But that's still not like this is all hypothetical. We don't know. We have no proof that they went out.
No shit.
Well, why
shit.
put it out there? Come on, BJ. Why put it out there? Why help push this narrative? I think that's my question. What I was originally trying to ask. If you know this hasn't been confirmed, verified, vetted, none of that, then why push that narrative?
Why not? It's content, right? Who cares? God, this is just frustrating. Like, at least Justin and Dawn and Silvers have a story to go along with it, so it sounds halfway convincing. She's like all over the place, stumbling. Oh, I've looked this up before, but I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Whoops.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hop on a live and don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm gonna have my shit wrote down or on my phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that. So think about that.
What are we?
Because this is one hypothetical that I've thought about, right?
Oh.
If the Bower Sox took the boat to Alaska.
Oh, fuck.
Would they need a ride home? Like, is it possible that Katie and Chris went out to Sutherland for the weekend so that they could go get his mom and stepdad?
Yeah, law enforcement has no idea where any of these people were, I'm sure. Not at all. Like, fuck. There's not like an open investigation into the disappearance of a child here. Law enforcement just said, yeah, oh my. Common sense.
That's a hell of a time to leave. Right after your stepson and
Took the boat to Alaska.
So are y'all hinting that you know what? I ain't even gonna say that. You know what? I'm
Yep.
gonna shut the fuck up. I'm not. Nope. Mm-mm.
Yep. That's exactly what she's. Yep. She's just doing her part as part of the team.
Why
Yep.
the fuck?
what do you guys
I'm gonna shut up. Okay.
think? What do you guys think?
I'll play her to shut us both up.
Britt, read Flickery's comment. She timestamped on the video. Let me go up and see.
Even though they flew and there would be airline tickets and, you know, all of that stuff, you know, like cameras and shit proving that but sure, we just taken boats to Alaska.
Yep.
And then they drove up there to pick them up. Okay. Yep.
And
Cross
bloop,
country.
don't forget bloop.
Bloop. Yep. Yep. Ford's Pond.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Law enforcement, go home. These investigators are amazing.
Let me see.
People in the chat are telling her that they flew. Wow. And people continue to go back.
Give me just a second, guys, please. One moment.
This is crazy. Crazy.
This is so interesting. Rochelle says you need to read all my comments and pay attention to all I've mentioned, giving you a second chance.
That was kind of rude.
Why? What do you mean? Giving me a second chance? What? Wrong channel. I'm watching too. Sorry. You didn't mean to say that to my channel, Rochelle. I'm like, what are you
I know.
talking
I was like,
about?
whoa, wait a minute.
Giving me a second chance for what?
That's weird.
Brittany always tells everybody though that when she's trying to screen stuff, it's hard for her to see chat. I
Oh,
try to
that's okay,
stay.
Rochelle. I
Yeah.
knew that was out of character for you. I was like, I know I'm a little quiet tonight, but I'm trying to figure this out. So, okay, Rochelle. Kathy has her Alaska pic still on her Facebook. Interesting. You can take your vehicle with you on the ferry. Many do. It's a 36-hour trip there. Everyone was asking CP on Web Sleuths about why his parents went to Alaska right after Sebastian went missing. He says his parents went for business.
That's going to be vetted. I can't do no more of this. I'm going to say some shit that I regret.
Yeah. Yeah. Just that. No. That narrative alone right there. Nope. Nope.
Yeah. No. And she's just doing her part. Thank you, for doing that and uploading it and shit. Maybe when I have more energy, no, probably not, because I just can't with the dumb. I can't with the stupid. I can't with the even trying to like make that make sense and try to feed her audience something. Nope. No. Like, this is ridiculous. Is there anything you want to add before we hop out?
I'm at a loss for words, and I'm hardly ever get like that, but yeah, this shit has went too far.
Way too far.
And the theories that y'all are putting out here, I have no words. I'm gonna leave it alone. But I appreciate you letting me be up here. My smoke was with Betty's weird ass bitch. I don't like that bitch and never will. Yeah. So I'm gonna hop down, let you close it out, y'all. I'll be in the chat with y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna let that one go. So appreciate your nonsense. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
You guys want a cat? She's a terrorist. Literal terrorist. Aren't you, Whiskey? Don't let that cute little face licking fool you. Come here. Come here. She was breaking glass in my bathroom at 2:00 in the morning. Look at how lovely I look today. Ugh. Oh, there's Whiskey. The terror. Yeah, she's kissing me because she probably broke something else. She was tossing Q-tips. I have these little glass jars on my bathroom countertop, and she got up there in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden I woke up out of a dead sleep to glass breaking, She was having a blast. She was taking the Q-tips out and stuffing them down the sink and then sticking her arm down in there and trying to fish them back out. So we had to fish a bunch of Q-tips out of the sink, and then she broke the glass all over. And she thought she was just having a blast. She was like, why aren't you guys up at 3:00 in the morning playing with me and breaking glass? Like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, oh, Kyle was trying to keep Bella in bed, not following me. It was a mess. Yeah, she's a brat. Her mom is gone right now. So come here, you little turd. Come here. Come here. She's like, I'm in trouble. She's talking about me. What? Are you a good baby? She's like, I need to nuzzle with my mommy. She is so codependent. It's terrible. She's doing a little bit better, Mal, but she's sleeping right now. But okay, I'm gonna show you guys these and then I'll close out. Here's the baby. Her's not feeling good. You're not feeling good, huh? She's pretty lethargic, but she's pretty lethargic. All right, y'all. Well, on that note, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Hey, Kodo, if you're still in here, hell no, that bitch didn't come over here and tell me to drop her a link. She's too busy trying to point fingers at who outed her ass and blaming it on you. Nah, try again. She won't come hit that link, though. Tell me about myself. Yeah, she did a whole freaking live. She's got the balls to do all this energy stuff, but won't ask me to hit that link. Can't tell me about it. Not like I'm really shocked by it, but anywho, I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. Thank you for hanging out with us. And we will be back. I will not be here tomorrow. I have stuff going on tomorrow. Depending on how I feel Friday, if I'm up to it, I might be back with more misinformation. If not, I will see you guys sometime soon. Thank you all for hanging out with me. If you have questions, drop them down below because I know this is confusing. We covered a lot, but I hope you see how the flow of misinformation travels from one platform to another, and each creator adds a little bit to it, twists a little bit, tries to give it a little bit more validity to sell it to their audience, and then it ends up with people like BJ, and they can't even fucking find their head from the hole in the ground. But, you know, hey, that's probably why she deleted that video, because holy shit, incapable of even selling a good story. You got to be more like Silvers. Maybe you take the same acting classes as Silvers. He commits to selling his misinformation. There's that. Duchess, safe travels. See you all soon. Thank you guys once again for all the support. If I missed it, actually, let me run through this really quick because I always forget. Shauna Martz, thank you for being a member for 2 months. KB, 20 months. Thank you. Kim Ortiz for a month. Up to Good for 3 months. Aussie Trisha, thank you for the super chat. Crazy Grandma for a month. Angie Wangie, new member. Gifted memberships, member for 2 months. Thank you. Tracy, thank you. Emily for the gifted membership. CLK, new member. Sophia, thank you for the gifted membership. Sammy, thank you for the super chat. Smiles, thank you for the super chat. Texas Girl became a new member. Thank you. Connie for being here for 2 months. Yep, for being here for a month. Kimberly for 2 months. You gifted memberships. Thank you so much. We thank you for being a member for 6 months. And Smiles, thank you for being a member for 21 months. 21 months. I appreciate all of you so much. And I will see you guys soon. Stay safe out there. I know today's been really heavy on a lot of people. Just remember, though, each of us, I know today didn't go the way a lot of people wanted it to. Some people are celebrating. No matter where you land within this, we each have a role to play. And we've got to stand against the division and be united. That's one thing we can do. I mean, there's people that will just continue to want to do that, but we can continue and hope and have faith that something good will come out of it. That's all we can do. So please don't let everything get super heavy, because I know even worldwide people are scared, worried, upset, happy, like across. But us as humans, we can have each other's backs. So there's that. Have a great day. Bye, y'all.